pre-show run a little longer. Dude, I tell you, I'm fucking dead from these goddamn runs. Slowing down the pace and doing more laps, I thought that'd be fucking easier. That's some bullshit. Cardio taught what they taught me in fucking gym class through,
What'd they teach you?
nothing. Then
Okay.
run mile fast. That's how you're supposed to lose weight. Yeah.
Well,
You run lots of miles slow.
Remember so to give you a reference, when I was in school, and I never like to use these as examples because it makes me feel older, but there is such a difference. We were just getting the introduction of bringing healthy, ideas into the like lunchrooms and shit. They were starting to remove all the like sugary snacks.
That shit wasn't even healthy when we had it.
Yeah, well, no. So they started calling it the healthy program, and that's when they started getting rid of all the good shit. So you can understand that our school exercise program wasn't very well planned out.
We didn't have a good exercise program either. It's when you do a sport. That's when they teach you how to do shit right.
You know what sport I did?
Wrestling.
Yeah, guess what we don't do a lot of in wrestling? Cardio, because our coach...
No, you do a lot. No, you
No.
literally said you do a lot.
Well, we ran 2 to 5 miles a day, but that's not a lot in comparison.
Yes, that's a cardio. You're not doing that right now.
Well, yeah, I'm definitely not gonna do that right now. And I also wouldn't be able to do. I could probably do it at the pace I used to, because I used to do, what was it, a mile in 14 minutes. So that was what I was running. So, but to be fair, all of our coaches were heavyweight wrestlers, except for one dude. So, we didn't get much for good coaching. It's kind of like when you're
Should've
playing...
went to cross country. That's how you learn how to run.
See, I actually wanted to, but my mother told me that if she had to pay for track shoes, she'd kill me, because I ran through my shoes so often and destroyed them that she wasn't willing to pay for them, and I couldn't afford them.
Well, you only wear the track shoes at meets.
So, Grumpy, there's a thing called being poor, and it's a thing called you can only afford one pair of shoes at a time. I had, my coaches got me wrestling shoes, and then I had my normal tennis shoes.
There you go. You can run in tennis shoes also, by the way. You don't need spikes.
True, but you couldn't to compete.
Yes, you can still compete without wearing spikes.
Not with our district. I don't know if it was a rule or whatever. I just remember that everyone had spikes.
That's not a rule. That's because spikes are better.
I never
Doesn't mean
did
you
the
have
sports, so I wouldn't know. Oh, but I tell you, fucking that shit, I was dying by the time I got back. Oh, yoy. Oh.
Have you done? Do you do warm-up runs?
So yeah, that's what this is. Today was only the 4 to do a warm-up, and these were 8-minute paces, so they were a lot longer. And then I'm working my way up to 7 laps by slowing the pace basically every time by another half a minute or 30 seconds. So
do a half-mile warm-up stretch and then do your run.
If I do a half-mile warm-up, I'll be doing a half-mile less of running, Grumpy. Because I'm fat.
Not necessarily.
No, Grumpy.
If you give your time to rest and
Grumpy,
then stretch, you'll be warm and ready to run more.
Explain how this
Especially
works.
if you're running slow.
Anybody in this group who's been fat understands how this works, right? There's only so much natural endurance. After you get back from a run, you get what we call the crash. Your body is exhausted and tired, and you just want to fucking nap. That's all you're gonna get as a big dude. I don't know if it's different because you weigh a $120 all your life, but being a fat guy, yeah, like it's we go for our jog, and that's it.
Sounds like excuses to me.
No.
Anyways, I'll be back.
Hey, I'm just happy I'm stretching now. Fuck, that's done enough for me. Turns out if you stretch out your knee joints, they don't hurt when you run.
I think Robert made the best argument in chat.
That's fair. Oh, Robert, by the way, if you ever do decide to pick up running, one hit on the joint is fucking fantastic. 2 hits on the joint, you're gonna start to fucking breathe heavy, and by the 3rd one, man, when you come back, that crash is gonna knock you into a coma. I'm just worried.
I believe it.
Yeah, it happened to me at work today. I was like, oh, I gotta do laundry real quick, so I gotta wash my shorts for my fucking running clothes. And so I go toss it, and I'm like, all right, I'll take a hit here. And then the laundry took 2 hours, and I was like, well, fuck, I'm gonna take 2 more hits. And then by the time I went for that run, man, yeah, coming back, I tell you. Also, there is no looking eloquent when you are fat man running. There was this cute high school, or not high school, but elementary school teacher from fucking, what is this? Salish Ponds Elementary that was out there with the kids part of the summer program. And she looked about my age, so of course I gave her a smile and wave as I'm running around. And the first time, she just kind of smiled and went back. The second time I saw on her face the horrendous, like, reaction, I must have been just covered in fucking, disgust at that point. And I was heaving and humming and dying. I know I heard one of the kids like pointing and laughing. I'm like, listen, kids, this is your future. Fucking prepare for it. Oh, man. Fuck, though. Also cool that they offer fishing programs in the summer now. Oh, I wish they had that when I was a kid. That would have been badass. Oh, man. Well, yeah. Well, hopefully today should be a good session. So, Chaston, no storm weather over you at this point? We're good?
No, it's long past.
Okay. I assume it's good for Cook, and that's why he's just taking it on mute, but...
Well, yeah, his the storm didn't last long for me. I don't imagine it's still up for him.
I say, y'all didn't get any hurricanes, so hopefully.
No.
Oh, man. Fair enough, though. Oh, Jesus. I want ice cream so badly, and that's all I'm thinking about. But it's almost 80 degrees now. Oh, yoy. Man alive, though. No, we'll see. I'm curious to see what you guys come up and planned. Does the Monsters Monday have a planning server as well?
We do, yeah.
Nice.
We use it a lot more than Sunday.
I mean,
surprisingly.
That's fair. To be fair, Sunday's kind of going by the seat of their pants right now. Y'all be kind of figuring
I'm
everything
just waiting
out.
because I get to test a new magic.
True. Hopefully we'll have more players.
Yeah, I imagine Lucius would have had time to attune to that by then.
Everyone will be attuned
Right.
to their item by the start of session, yeah.
Cool.
I'm just looking forward to it because 2 masks means I get a really shitty version of the Dragon Queen mask because you only need 2 for them to combine.
Oh, did you buy one of each?
I already had a fire mask. I already had a red.
Gotcha.
I bought a red mask way back from fucking Golem
Oh, that's
That-
right.
That's why I was healing from fire because I was wearing that mask.
Yeah,
so
I
now I
gotcha.
have a 2 out of 5 version of the Dragon Queen mask.
Time to keep collecting.
The other abilities, surprisingly, are really minor for the other masks.
Fair.
White gives you a D8 cold damage on all melee attacks, but only if you're at less or half of your half or less of your max health. The green mask and the black mask give you the exact same ability, so you only need one or the other.
Yeah, because it's acid resistance.
Well, no, this is their non-resistance abilities I'm talking about.
Oh, got you.
And all it gives you is you can breathe underwater. That's all black and green gives you, other than their absorption.
I didn't know black dragons could breathe underwater. I knew green ones could. Oh, it makes sense, because black dragons do like swamps, but green dragons are more known for it, so I wonder why.
They both live underwater, yeah. Blue mask, other than the lightning absorption, does nothing for me, because I don't deal lightning damage, so it doesn't do anything for me.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Oh, I gotta grab some real quick. Oh, but that does give me a good point. Well, I will say, I've got the whole fight planned out, so whether we get through it today or next session, we're fully good to go, whether or not people show up.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, and I did finally catch up on all the manga.
Yeah.
Minus, of course, the book one, the bookstore one. I'm still reading through that, of course, but I didn't expect so many updates on the fucking 28th. Jesus criminy.
Yeah, man. What's your thought on the newest chapters of Heavenly Demon?
That he's smart not to take a side in a royal court. Never do so. When you know your king's weak, the country's going to fall into civil war no matter what. Problem with civil wars is the fact of the loss of manpower. Even to this day, economies and countries are built off their ability to reproduce. Kind of like the idea of why everyone's eyeing up Africa is because it's got such a high birth rate with so little infrastructure put in. Whereas every modernized country is looking for population.
It doesn't help. The royal court trying to get him to work from is like the second weakest country on this continent.
Yeah, that, and then on top of that, the way he offered power was kind of stupid, in my opinion. Outright offering a man to take on the position of a royal knight. Typically, royal knights are celibate. Like, no man who's got power like that is going to want to be chained down. A better offer would have been like something along the lines of, would you be willing to lead my armies and become one of my lead advisors? To give them a position of power and satiate them while they hone their skills. Because, I mean, honestly, with someone with a character like that, they're never going to want to stick around somewhere. But, no, he's smart with what he did. Also, turning down everyone was interesting.
In my opinion, he's playing the smartest but also riskiest plan, choice.
Given his character, it makes sense because the old man.
Yeah, he made the right choice. What I'm saying is, it's just, can he stave them off from doing something stupid long enough for him to set himself up? That's the game he's playing.
Well, yeah, he's got to make sure the country doesn't fall apart until he leaves.
Because even if he's exceedingly powerful, there are still countries right now at his current level that can easily kill him.
Yeah, because there are other members. We did find out what that one night, because he wasn't the top ranked guy, so we know there's someone out there that's stronger than him.
Yeah.
Well, we also know that Butler, even as a 5-star, I don't even think he was in the rankings of the people on the continent. Which says a lot about how many people could kill him if they really wanted to right now.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see where the story goes. I think his little brother is going to be the one who inherits his family house, though.
Yeah, I don't think the older brother wants to, from what little we've seen of him.
I think the older brother is going to die. I think he's going to die as a political pawn here to spur on the main character.
Even if he doesn't, I'm pretty sure he's content with his spot in the military. Because I think that's what we're seeing from him. Because he's not, even when important things happen to his family, he's not leaving the front lines.
True.
I think he likes where he is, and he's not going to move for it.
Mm-hmm. Also, who doesn't do research on a guy, immediately before recruiting his subordinates? It ain't hard to tell if a man's going to be well liked by those who follow him. Just watch how they interact. I mean, I know, why you do, but...
Also consider they're playing a speed game because of how many people are going to try and do the same exact thing.
Mm-hmm. I know,
so
being well-informed is typically better than rushing in.
Yeah, but I see why he made the decision. The decision was, I either go for it and probably fail, but maybe succeed, or I wait a day, look into it, and then someone else makes a move and maybe succeeds before I even get a chance.
I mean, it's true. It's a possibility. Welcome back, by the way, Cook.
Good to be back.
No. But I am enjoying it. I'm kind of curious to see where the story's going to go as they update it more. Hopefully, as they update it more.
I have a feeling I know what he's going to try to do in the long run.
Mm-hmm.
I have no basis. I fully believe he's going to set his own country somewhere.
I mean, that's what he sounded like he was planning, yeah.
I think he fully wants to set up a combat-based nation, just like his past life that he had set up, and try to do something.
Yeah, in sad news, Orc Hero story did not update.
No, it did not.
Have to look.
Also, great news. My kickback for this semester has arrived. Another $1,500 in the bank.
Congratulations! Nice. You've earned what I make in 2 weeks. Well,
yeah.
Below us. Oh.
And all I had to do is go to school.
Speaking of which, I got my new update to my fucking lease today.
Mm-hmm.
So they're increasing it by about $35, which isn't bad, but we're gonna make $1,900, so that's gonna suck. Oh, I'm gonna get priced out of Fairview at this rate, because Jesus Christ, that's half my wages for a month. Oy, oy. I tell you, rent ain't cheap, boys. Here, let me go throw away my orange wrap. I'll be right back.
That's why I do not wish to rent an apartment ever.
Fair.
I'm gonna try to.
Welcome to the sad reality of being stuck living with your parents, then, or you hope your sugar daddy buys you a house. Because otherwise, your ass ain't gonna be able to afford it, even if you get an executive job in this market.
Hopefully, by the time I move out, the market will heal, but I doubt it.
Yeah, I said the same thing. You know what the market's done since when I started in college? Gone up.
Maybe it'll get better.
The lesson I've learned is the housing market doesn't get better unless the economy crashes, so... What were you saying, Justin?
I've already accepted that we're all just gonna die.
Yeah. Best advice, Cook, get married young. Use them to earn enough money between the two of you to put down a house payment after a year, and then get yourself a nice house.
That is the plan.
Because you need 20%. You can do the first home buyer one, but you're going to have such a high payment, you're not going to be able to afford it. Fuck. Unless you're making $100K, you ain't going to be able to afford it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm telling you that, I'm not telling you that as someone, just to be fictitious. I mean, I literally looked this up because I was curious when I was house shopping.
No, I understand the whole deal.
Yeah. Good luck finding a house where even you can get 20% down pretty easily. Oy.
I mean, if I were to find a house for $100,000, which don't exist anymore, in decent parts, I mean, I do have 20%, but
Yeah, you want that? Nebraska, North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, you find where a lot of white people are and it's considered a backcountry. Or middle of nowhere. That's where you'll find houses cheap like that. But if you're looking for something in your neighborhood, man, the cheapest you're going to find is $365K, and then you got to wait for them to build it.
mm-hmm.
And you got to start putting payments on as they're building it.
Yeah.
So, oh, man. No, it's alright, though.
Yeah, I know. I'll get something. We'll see.
One day.
It's all about one day.
Or the economy will crash and the world will burn, and then you won't have to worry about it.
I'll just steal somebody else's home.
At that point, you'll look back at this conversation and laugh and say, we thought we'd have a chance.
I like to be optimistic. I think I'll make it.
That is
Pretty
optimism.
good. No, that seems pessimistic.
Well, let's see. The government admitted it has aliens.
That's good. All right, listen. That's bullshit.
No.
I don't believe the government.
I do. Think about it. Right? So, you remember how we talked about that loud versus quiet theory on the idea of that how aliens can exist is either they have to be extremely quiet or because they would be otherwise they'd be too loud for us to notice. So, I mean, they'd have to be at the same stage as us or lower. Well, here's the other option that comes into that whole scientific theory. You know what's the real problem about knowing whether something's quiet or loud on the other side of the galaxy? You need access to the information of what's going on around your planet. And you know what the public usually doesn't get much access about? What's going on around its fucking planet.
We get comes really close.
The government can say anything, but unless they have like irrefutable proof, and
had a high okay, so I will say this, Mr. Pilot guy who went up on the stand and kept saying he saw a Tic Tac, I don't fucking believe for shit. I think it was a fucking balloon or some shit someone was fucking.
I am back.
I will say, the fucking high intelligence officer that worked with the special unit designed to deal with UAPs to get away from the unidentified flying
This
object.
just sounds like something to distract the populace while they're doing some other weird shit.
That's been the question, is this whole thing to do that? Because the honest answer is 100% it would make more sense that there are aliens that the public's just not made aware of. But at the same, and it would also explain...
I fully believe that there is extraterrestrial life, or that it's insane to believe that we're the only ones.
Well, that's the question. Is it is the government hiding the information? Or is there not another power that's grown beyond us? Because we are so loud naturally in the galaxy that we should have been noticed by
We're
someone by
loud,
now.
but we've only been making noise for like 30 years.
But
Or sorry, not
that's
30 years, like
yes,
70 years.
That's the whole.
And that's very small amount of distance in the terms of a
Yes.
galaxy.
That is the theory. That's one of the theories, is the fact that there is a possibility that something would be on the other side of the galaxy. However, the reason why they dispute this is because of the fact it's not just our presence. If you take into account, you also have to look into the fact of their presence. If they have been in the galaxy long enough to notice our noise, in a sense, meaning that they have developed space flight, and in a theory, colonization, we'll wait till Caleb's done, just that's the only reason I'm holding off here. In theory, colonization, then we should have noticed something by now of theirs traveling through. Now, an argument, that has been where the argument comes on, where the unidentified objects that we've been seeing on the planet are like objects being sent from other life forms like us starting to develop and trying to expand, or maybe that had a head start and their shit's just now getting to us because it went
The
across
chance we're on the
galaxy.
same technological level is like near zero.
See, that's where I stand by the theory that I think humans in this situation are only in this one galaxy, right? Not counting all the other ones, right? But just in the Milky Way itself, I think that we, or whatever, I think, yeah, we are the Milky Way. I think that's what we're correct.
It's the Milky Way.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're Milky Way.
Yeah. So I think that we are the only. I think we are the furthest ahead. Is my theory. I think that.
That's possible.
And I think that my theory is that the majority of the life is probably because we already know that we're kind of in the mid tail of one of the like swings of the wheel, right?
One of the spot, yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing
One
is,
of the
though, is that
ellipticals.
if we've been able to, we haven't found anybody yet, they've gotten their shit to us. I don't think
So-
that we're more advanced.
No,
than
that's the
No.
no, that's the question. Is it a situation of are we the most advanced and that's why no one's noticed it? Because we're sending out shit and no one else has gotten to that stage yet. They could be in the 1800s for as close as they could be to us, but they wouldn't notice our signs in a sense of us shooting out rockets full of shit or sending out signals. Or is it option B? Are they ahead of us by maybe a century? And what we're starting to find as these unidentified objects, in a sense, that keep crash landing, supposedly, if you believe that these objects are real, that these are their version of us shooting fucking rockets full of time capsules and shit. That would be the question.
Yeah, that's what I'm expecting, because I
See,
assume it's more drone-like
reason
than actually
why
manned.
I say that I think that we're the farthest ahead. And the reason I still stand by this theory to this date is on the simple explanation that I think that by now someone else would have started, if there was someone already out there on the opposite side of the galaxy, that we would see signs of something looking wrong through the light sources we're seeing over there, because we can see all the way across the galaxy for the most part. Not
That's
hide
also
the interior.
really
That's true,
old.
but we can. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
That's
we can
old
only
light.
we're seeing
But I'm saying
hundreds of thousand years.
so
in
we
the
record
past.
what we're doing is we're recording this, right? We're recording thousands of miles of vast stars. I'm every day now, basically. So what I'm saying is that even if this is ages old, let's say years old, but if there
No,
was
it's more than that.
a power out there already, we would have started to notice weird setups around.
Not
the stars.
necessarily.
It's
'Cause
more
once again,
likely
those
than,
that
it is
light
more
is-
likely than unlikely.
Millions years of old.
If they got space travel, the ability to do that across the galaxy in the last 10,000 years,
We wouldn't know.
We still wouldn't even be able to see, because if they're on the other side of the galaxy, that's hundreds of thousands of years ago. But the light
Now,
that we
yeah,
can see.
see, now that is the question. But now we take into that theory, right? If that's the case, and they're only here, let me also let Caleb know to let us know once he's done. Once you're done, undeafen, so we can start session. But that's also the question: is if there was something already out there, we would have noticed that there's been something different throughout as time has gone on. They would have to have been
Not necessarily, for the same reason we just said.
No, because
They
think
can have
about it.
advanced in that time. Do you know how fast we've gotten this far?
Well, I'm saying the telescope's
It's only been a
around
couple hundred
for-
years that we've developed this amount of technology,
I
and it's exponential.
Our telescope has been the one that's recording across the galaxy. I think, if I remember correctly, is from the 1990s, maybe 80s. I cannot recall, but I know it's very fresh. Yes, I understand that. But I'm saying if there was something that was more powerful than us already out there, right? Like say someone that had developed colonization, or even let's just say not even colonization. Let's take it back a minute to just mining of minerals and resources in their little fucking star system, right? as they started to expand, since that time, let's say 1980, let's use that as a day. Since that time, in 1980, 43 years later now, we would have started to notice something in that time span that we started recording.
Here, there's another concept or a demonstration is the amount of space we've observed is quite large.
Mhm.
Yes, we've done very good,
Not in detail,
but
yeah.
it's on the scale of a comparison is it's the same amount of looking as if you picked a glass of water out of the ocean and looked to see if there's life in there.
Yeah.
What are the chances you're gonna get a fish in there?
No, I understand that. Like, I get that. I understand. That's why I'm saying that. That's why I believe in this. I'm not saying it's cemented facts. I'm saying there's two options here that most people subscribe to, and
Those
here's
are more than
what
two
I'm
options.
sticking to. I mean,
The
those
main
are
options.
Those are no. I think those are the two main of. There's the. I mean, my favorite is the. There is a theory out there, and this I would love to see, which I think I call it the Star Theory, but I think there's an older term for it. But it's the Council of Aliens theory, right? There's also the old theory that says that Earth is considered, because of our species being a what do you call it, a predator. We are an apex predator, naturally. The assumption is that most other planets, because of the fact that brain function, based on a biological evolution, and Justin can back this up, predators don't grow more intelligent in the way that humans do. Prey do. We think like prey animals, even though we're a predator, which is given the reason why humans have evolved and adapted so well.
Predators, in terms of body types, only adapt to what their prey are adapting to. It's like it's like an adaptive arms race. So if the prey doesn't
To be
change,
fair, the predators have to be smarter.
So
than
think
the prey
about
that
this,
survives.
right? Though, so the theory here is that that the majority of the galaxy has evolved prey animals, right? Now think about that. Now, if we take that into mentality, humans are not only we don't even take the fact into that humans are a predator species. So naturally, we would be looked down upon by, if this was the case, these prey species would slowly outthink their predators, which is what actually we have found is how evolution slowly works. Is basically prey eventually becomes the predator as it evolves, because it becomes to a point. But some predators do continue to evolve with them. A good example being the leopard that have evolved fins or web feet to help them swim in the water when they attack alligators in certain areas.
That's all well and all, but that's just Earth biology. There's no bearing that is how the universe works.
That's of course that's the case. But I'm saying this is another popular theory, is that Earth is basically screened off as a planet full of dangerous predators, because we are like, in a sense, where the old joke goes, we are space orcs. When we get out there, the theory is that we may as a predator we produce in a large amount naturally, even disregarding modern chains, to be fair. We naturally think we adapt to our environment like prey does to an extreme, so we naturally can fit pretty much anywhere, or we'll adapt to the environment to ourselves very quickly. And we are a species that will eat literally anything we can. So if you look at that from the theory of, like, if there's another more advanced species out there, a fallen empire, or an empire that has existed for a while, they're going to look on us, even if they are, in a sense, a predator species themselves, we would be a danger to them, because we are...
So they would try and kill us, and they have not done
that. They would quarantine us off. Because, in a sense,
How?
Well,
Please explain.
Think about it like this also, Grumpy. When we don't like people... What happens when you take a situation and you put Hitler in power? Well, when Hitler loses, everyone hates him. Well, when you're the overlord of a massive galactic empire that takes lifetimes to get across in some cases in the early technology period, not saying that would be the case, but just using that as an example of how vast this place would be. In theory, why would you genocide? You don't need to genocide a planet full of like these primitives. You just lock them off and make it so they can't leave. Or in a sense, that's one theory. Or you basically make it so that their technology never expands beyond that. Humans, left to our own,
doing that?
Humans left to our own, we fucking kill each other naturally. The only time we're actually very good at advancing is when we have a unified enemy. Otherwise, humans don't really work well together, surprisingly, even though we are social creatures. It's kind of that tribe mentality, as they say, for a creature.
I do find it strange though. Most of the intelligent species on Earth are omnivores.
Yes. That's because, again, of how the uniqueness of Earth evolved. In theory,
Except
technically...
for the dolphin.
So,
I don't think the dolphins are omnivores.
I remember one scientist had an interesting theory. He said there's a good chance that there's going to be more planets with giant bugs than there will be humans. Because humans have such a least likeliness to evolve and become the primal species on a planet. Yeah, well, no, it's like, because the idea is that you remember how Earth used to be so oxygen enriched that we had giant bugs. Well, there's more likely that there's going to be planets more often like that would develop and create life in that form, that we're going to find more insectoids. Mammals are kind of like, in a sense, at least from what Earth's cycle looks like,
We suck.
biologically are the last resort of keeping life on the planet. Like, and as we've kind of shown,
suck
we're
at
also the
reproducing.
worst of. No, actually, we reproduce really well for. I mean,
We have to depend on parents for 18 years. We suck at reproducing.
no, that's
Well,
a culture
no.
thing. That's not. Human
Even-
children
alright, sorry.
have been found to be more intelligent, and more capable after the
10
first.
years.
No, it's up to 5 years. A 5-year-old child can survive on its own, and they found plenty of cases where that's been.
Not
the
against
case.
predators, dude.
Yeah, they're called wolf children. Look it up. It's a common phenomenon. That where they're kids that would get left out in the wilderness or abandoned or.
They're not finished developing.
Yeah, that's the thing.
That's not fully functioning.
5-year-old child in today's society couldn't.
Because-
You're
survive.
right.
But we're
Even
talking about,
if it was they grew up in the woods, they're still a fucking 5-year-old.
No, they become feral. Humans are a lot more animalistic than you.
They're
realize.
still 5.
No, yes, but
It's-
they've done.
a
They've no. So
human
they've
child would still
shown.
get robbed.
They've had people come who this has happened to, and they've shown modifications to how the human body changes. How naturally their skeleton slowly changes over age due to how they react. Some cases they're called wolf children as a general term for wild animals, as these kids are left out in the wild to exist and grow up without any human culture. So in a sense, you have the human body, but with a feral animal mentality. There is no intelligence in the idea that, imagine taking a caveman before fire existed and that just knows it has to eat anything that gets in its way.
So it's not
and
a
fight.
good human.
That's yeah.
Also, about a different fact earlier, Hunter, you said earlier that most creatures are omnivores. Omnivores are the smallest percentage compared to carnivores and herbivores.
Well, because
Well, he said intelligent life, not in general.
Like in the most intelligent, not as in most. Like I mean, because I think except for like the dolphin, I know the dolphin is like strictly carnivorous, but like the orangutan, the chimpanzee, the raven, the pig,
yeah,
those are omnivores. Most of like the top intelligent species are omnivores. Now, of course, there are like some of them are carnivores. Like the elephant's pretty smart, but they're strictly herbivore. But even herbivores sometimes will eat meat to stave off iron deficiency.
Also, it has been confirmed that the most intelligent apes do prefer fucking meat.
So, as per research,
preferring is okay. Doesn't matter.
Carnivores apparently, if their development's not tampered with, can grow to very similar intelligence levels of the common omnivore. It's herbivores are the dumbest of the three.
Interesting.
A carnivore, like dolphins, can grow just as intelligent as omnivores given the time.
We said that was an exception, yeah.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying the fact is, if no development was tampered with, and everything just went flat as is, we would have just made intelligent carnivores omnivores. So because of how it's developed, we have more omnivores.
Yeah.
It didn't have to be omnivores. We could have just as easily been all carnivores and been just as intelligent as we are now.
Because prey mentality isn't a good thing. They don't have to be as smart because they have the numbers. When a carnivore, in most cases, has to be cunning and smart to survive on its own.
Prey adapts and evolves quicker, though.
Yeah, they adapt, but they're also more skittish. They're more pack mentality. They don't have a reason to develop further forward.
That's also another reason why it's likely that a lot more prey animals would expand into the galaxies, because they can outproduce, and more often than not, they're gonna
They have to take the first step, though. Is the problem? And they don't do that.
It's that. Well, humans did. Humans,
We're not prey.
We were.
We used to be prey.
We were prey if we're talking like if we start from Homo sapiens, like right around the time of Neanderthals and Homo sapiens, when humans were split into 3 different branches, right? And in a theory, let's say that is the time when human becomes human. We can state that at that point, humans were, while we were a predator to some creatures, we were still very low in the food chain. We were more often than not prey than predator.
I feel like we were in the middle of the food chain, not
no. So as
to
per
the
science
bottom.
side, very early, we were 100% counted as prey.
Yeah.
We were not in the middle. We were just
True.
prey creatures.
All right, let's get some D&D started, because Robert's getting apparently spinning in his chair, and God knows that chair does not need to be swinging around at rapid.
It's a wired headset too.
Oh, he's
it's
gonna
even worse.
hang himself.
Yeah, Robert's about to fucking hang himself.
All right, welcome to D&D. Cook, what did we do last time?
We killed the mountain elf main city. That's it.
That's true. And we apologize that there was no session last week. Cook was unfortunately sick, and we didn't feel it right to continue on the story without everyone here. Cook is half alive now.
This week we threw that to the wind. It was gonna happen no matter what.
Yeah, well, I mean, to be fair, Grumpy is only with us till the end of August, so
That's true. So we got to get shit done.
We've got some D&D campaign sessions to go. So, last time, yes, we left off. The party managed to destroy the living hell out of a city. Daka wagged all along, and thus the name of today's session, a dish served hot, or actually, let me see how it is. A dish served hot with a side of wog.
Yeah.
We come back to the party having scouted out a large high elven capital. The city itself being fully set up with its defenses. As a slow reminder, and for those who are watching, because this has got mentioned in the chat, as Sieko kind of steps off the ship as you all come to a landing a few hundred feet away from the city, you immediately sense, through tremor sense, with a hard slam into the floor, the vast tunnels beneath the castle and to the outer areas. Upon further investigation, you all also notice that each of these tunnels seem to be sealed when they just get outside of what is the wall about 20 feet from it.
I will say, as they land, Tatrick and Equest will not be there.
Okay.
As we're in the air, we are going to teleport into the city, into the most desolate part to begin hiding.
Okay, we'll come to that in a minute. Let me finish the description for the video reference here. As you also all notice, so as I mentioned, you can tell each of the tunnels seem to have some sort of scroll mine or magical scroll in the mines in case of an emergency. As you all did manage to confirm, it looks like the tunnels were set up to be collapsed if those areas were breached. You also notice about 10 feet from the walls all around in the ground are tiny 2-inch by 5-inch slits of metal with hollow centers that look like vents. As you look, you can see the eyes somewhat looking back upon you all upon a stealthy investigation. Noticing that there are a couple, around 30 or 40 people, roughly around any section of the walls that you look about underneath those vents. As you get closer to the wall, you also notice that there's a slightly translucent light that shows a light shield spell that has been modified to go around the city in a shell with a +1 AC to it, and covered with strange spell scrolls that Sieko from his father's research and Bastion from his past recognize as Vorpal mines all across the outer shield. Another inner shield has been seen with what is clearly a bunch of casters using anti-magic field to surround the city or anti-magic, thus making teleportation inside impossible.
No, you know why? Anti-magic does not block artifacts.
Yeah, fair. We'll get that to that in a minute then. So the walls are covered in guards who all seem to be wearing +2 and +3 plate and carrying similar weapons. Rylos was seen far within the city, heading down into the castle itself, into one of the underground looking little side areas. You also notice a few wearing storm giant belts and seeming to have strange medallions that look like the storm giant king's holy sigil. But Gon is nowhere to be seen within the city. The city itself is almost fully silent other than the soldiers and Rylos and the casters. You can also feel that far beneath the keep, the tunnels go on all the way down to what you believe is the Underdark, with no offshoots after a few hundred feet. The walls seem to be set up with catapults and giant ballista to shoot down dragons or airships, with each of them seeming to be dark iron tipped with some poisonous liquid on it. You also notice the large open area slightly north of the keep that looks to have once been a giant nest of gold and trinkets, now empty of whatever nested on it. All right. Oh no. Y'all doing your fucking top dance. Now hold up. Now I gotta check this because I don't think
It is.
that's the case.
As
Yeah,
long with
we
also, yeah.
poured
This
over
is a
the
plan.
spell for any way through the spell.
Zari's divorced from the magical energy sphere. Summoned creatures become mundane until the spell ends sphere. Okay, the spell and the other magical effects, except those created by an artifact or a deity.
Except for
Yep.
created by an artifact.
That's why you wanted the soul stone, you motherfucker.
Oh yeah, that is why I
That
wanted it.
is, yeah, and that's why I offered him my weapon to take the soul stone out of.
That's ingenious, but I hate you.
Yeah, I told you, me and Grimmy spent hours looking at ideas and avenues we could take.
Not only was hours, but we spent some
It was a
time.
couple hours we were in hall looking at stuff.
No, wait. Your bow? Yeah, I believe it's marked as an artifact on your character sheet, but that's not the
It
point.
is-
He's talking about an artifact that can cast teleportation or use the ability teleportation is what it's referring to. Meaning you
If
can
it's an
cast
art,
to go
what
through
color
it.
is your bow, Equest?
Yeah,
You
what
get
color is
the-
the bow? It's legendary.
Yeah, it's,
His bow
and
is-
it's not
It's
an artifact.
legendary, not artifact.
so it
yeah.
would be turned off by Magic Field.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's get into it now. As you all come to a landing, Equest and Tictric in the air, jumping out with a few moments of communication.
Oh, we wouldn't do it in front of them. We would make sure no one sees us disappear. Or possibly can make us see us
Okay.
disappear.
Easier to lie if we don't know the lie in the first place.
Yeah. Give me a stealth roll, both of you. I will say you have to beat Sieko's tremor sense, which is a thing to keep in mind.
So that'll be a 30 for me.
I think that
30?
beats my.
Jesus. And then Equest.
Oh my god.
But Equest beat Tictric. Holy shit.
Well, you see, I rolled shit.
They rolled well too. Okay. You immediately both jump or kind of disappear to one of the side areas, seeing the little nook where the rocks had been hollowed up for a toilet, and seeing the hole. You both jump there, climb through it, and jump out, and start to slowly float down. I assume Equest.
Well,
is
we wouldn't
grabbing-
float down. It's just wherever I can see, we'll just teleport there.
Oh, okay. You're just gonna go straight down. Okay. Well, the ship's not
day
gonna.
4 drive.
Yeah, the ship's not gonna fly straight over the city. So.
We just have to see the city
Okay.
and where to go. Because
Alright.
teleport doesn't have
So
a limit.
where are you trying to teleport into, just to make sure?
To the most desolated part, where there's no guards, nothing can see us, and it's, very building heavy. That way we can still sneak around easily.
Well, that you've got a map. So surprisingly, you can pick that. That's why the DM gave you a map. Well, I'll give you a
Let's
minute to
go.
think it over
Yeah.
while you look at it. So as they disappear, stealthing away, managing to disappear out of Sieko's passive, the tremor sense, Daka flying his ship, coming down towards a landing. Where are you guys wanting to do?
If nothing has changed, we're landing near the front gates, right? Right, boys?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. You come
with it.
You come slamming down. The rock lands into the ground. You feel the ground below you shake as you each kind of walk off through the side door.
I'll shrink it, by the way.
Okay.
Take it with me.
Alright, as you shrink it down immediately, the giant thing retracts down into a miniature, a little keychain-sized little rock as you shove it away in your pocket.
My beautiful WAGH.
Still now having a little mini painting of you on it that's a little more pixelated. But
It's gorgeous.
as you put it away, you see the guards kind of standing on the edges, both of them looking kind of angrily as their plate glows. A few minutes go by, and nothing is happening. You can feel the people underneath in the tunnels kind of looking up through the vents at you all, but nothing seems to be happening.
Hello, everyone. My name is Daka.
You see that as soon as Daka says his name, immediately spears and swords start getting drawn out and pointed towards you all.
Whoa, this is my dear friend Sieko, and this is the...
I'll just
Forgotten
put my hand
song?
over Daka's mouth before he says anything.
Oh, he actually said it right.
Still putting my hand over his mouth.
Oh, all right. Give me a sleight of hand, and Daka, give me a perception check. Let's see if we get a dodge out of this.
Perception. Natural
Oh, hell
20
yeah.
for a 25.
I rolled a nat 1 for a 6.
As you go to put your hand up quickly, Daka is like moves around it and just kind of walks around and points to another member of the group. You're good.
Today I have been graced with the honor of describing to you how we are going to siege your city.
You hear one of the guards walk, kind of clattering up and clinging about as two other taller guards come running in with a little like stool, panicking, set it down, and then he kind of you see a hand and a hammer go flinging up in the air above it. As the guard realizes something climbs up it and then looks down. You see the oldest elf you have ever seen. He is hunched over. One point probably like maybe about 6'5", now maybe 4 foot tall with how the bend in his back forward as his helmet kind of leans forward and he looks down at you, and he goes, "You're gonna siege us? I'd like to see you try, Greenskin."
Well, that's what I'm about to describe to you. So let me show you. I'm just gonna pull down like a little like those school whiteboards just out of nowhere.
Does a 23 hit Daka's AC?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a second. You take 15 points of piercing damage, and
Is it magical?
yes. And 1 point of poison damage if you take poison damage.
I thought Dark Iron wasn't magical though.
Huh?
I thought Dark Iron wasn't magical.
It's not the Dark Iron.
Oh, okay. So 15 piercing.
Yeah, as it slashes, as a ballista slams into you, you see the wood is finely made with little incantations carved into it. A little bit of green poison kind of sticks in the ground. The bolt is big enough to have put a nice sized hole in your midsection as it kind of just scratches the side of your thigh.
Listen, that was very rude. Let me finish my demonstration.
How heavy is the...
As you look at it, it looks to be, I mean, kind of like moving it with your hand slightly as Daka turns back around to continue his speech, ignoring this. I'll give you 1 sec, don't worry, Daka. As you kind of move it slightly back and forth, you'd guess probably 200 pounds.
I kind of start playing with it because that's not much to my lift. Like, oh, I kind of toss it up and down a couple times.
Like a baton?
Yeah, exactly.
So, to describe orc tactics, I must go to our brilliant orc tactician, Orc Zoo. The one who invented the flank maneuver.
You see for a moment the man goes, "Look, I don't know what you're talking about, youngster. Why is your drow friend there trying to make me some pretty lovely eyes at me? I don't swing that way, young man."
How about you stop focusing on him and focus on the lesson? This will be on your test.
As Daka begins, Daka, give me an intelligence check as well as a persuasion check. And then we'll jump.
Natural 1 intelligence, which is beautiful. Now, as for persuasion, I have advantage on that.
You got it.
And that'll be a 23.
As Daka While Daka makes no sense, you see the old man's like fumes, kind of smoke starts coming out his ears as he's just confused. But Daka's telling it so well, the man is just engrossed in this situation, not really wanting to stop him. Yes, everyone just kind of stands there watching this. I will let you know, Bastion, you immediately realize most of these elves are probably immune to charm or frighten spells.
Yeah,
but
I probably
it
already
was
should have
worth a
known
shot, yeah. You're good, no worries. Alright, as Daka starts spouting out, you guys can hear this Tictric and Equest in the middle of the city where we want to land.
In the picture I sent, there's 3 X's.
Yes.
I marked the one that's, if you go from top to bottom, the middle one.
Okay. Oh, the middle one? Okay. Alright, as you lot kind of go flying in for a minute, as the ship's flying over or coming close, you immediately grabbing Equest's hand, the magic light around you erupts for a moment, and then you disappear as you find yourselves now standing in here. And immediately, as both of you do, you see as two guards go walking past you, kind of chatting and joking about something about an orc or having a painted mustache on his face. As they walk past, you two kind of lean up against the wall and are stealth. But yeah, you seem to have gotten inside the city.
It's working.
Okay. Then I will communicate to Quest that we should stay close, but not too close, and look for, and try and isolate casters.
How are you gonna communicate that?
Does Quest know thieves can? I don't think they do. No.
They're not a rogue.
Shit. Whispered in their ear.
Suddenly, what you'd expect to be a hot breath is actually just surprisingly just air exhaling.
Whispering sweet nothing.
As Tiktrick, like his
See,
little
we
like
should make-
mouth
we'll do
fondles,
Sylvan, just
kind
in
of
case.
move about, and as he slightly starts to sing to you. Oh my god. Are you fucking serious? The guards rolled a natural 1. Wow, alright.
No.
As they continue going on about some, like, an orc with a painted purple mustache, confused about the idea of, like, if it gives powers, fertility, or something. They walk past, ignoring your light singing on the air. As you communicate the plan to Equest. Equest, you are slowly and lightly soothed by the singing in your ear as the bug mandibles move about in a very soothing way. I would say roll for romance, but I don't feel that fits for this campaign. So we're good.
Yeah, but it's anti-magic field right now, man. I can't do that in your head.
I will say, based on both of your guys' passive perception, you do notice there are little runes with lips drawn about on different city walls all throughout the area. As you look next to Quest, only a few inches away, there's one right next to her head, on the wall behind her.
Do I know what it does?
You can give me an Arcana check. Unless you have the Eldritch fucking...
I don't.
Okay.
That 20 for a 22.
Alright. Yeah, you recognize these as Vicious Mockery. And it seems to be mixed with an alarm spell.
Haven't gone off yet, that's good. Do I know what would cause it?
It looks like just pressure against it.
Okay. In the message I will say don't put pressure against those. And we will go and the only thing that would constitute us doing a kill would be if a caster is alone, and
Okay.
basically we can just assassinate them essentially.
And where are you guys heading at this point? Just kind of snooping around the city?
Snoop around, try and find where they are.
Who? Specifically?
Casters that are setting up the anti-magic field.
Well, you already knew that. I already kind of explained that. You
No, you didn't say where.
They were in. You saw the eyes in the vents that you assumed were the casters.
I thought those were just alarm people.
No, those are people that were underneath the walls.
Oh, goody, they're underneath? We can use magic down there.
Oh, no. All right. While you are contemplating where you want to go and look first, so are you just going to look for tunnels to go down, then? Just to confirm. Okay. Give me a perception check for both Tiktrick and Equest, and then both of you give me investigation checks. Meanwhile, Daka, how goes your speech? What we got? Well,
And then after a revolutionary idea, after getting hit in the head with the rock, he thought about what if you just jumped over the front lines of the enemy and started attacking them from behind, which then came with the idea called of the jump, which was a brand new revolutionary tactic which I might employ with your walls today. But I digress. On to chapter 2.
Give me an intelligence and a persuasion check.
Please keep rolling good, man. This is funny.
5 intelligence. Sorry, wait, no, 6.
Okay.
And as for persuasion, that is a better 24.
He's still fucking transfixed by this, the stupidity. Still bothering him. As he keeps trying to interrupt Daka to correct him, but Daka just keeps going on, and you can just see the anger boiling, but the man won't walk away. Sieko, let's start with you. What are you doing anything other than playing with the bolt?
Every time he looks like he's gonna go to interrupt, I brandish the bolt like I'm gonna throw it, and when he stops, I like put it back down.
Okay, give me an intimidation check.
Okay.
Oh no.
For 34 or 36, sorry. That's for 36.
You do see he slightly sweats every time he kind of puts his finger back down. And then Bastion, is there anything you'd like to be doing?
Well, if you're looking at the map there's a tree right to the left side of the gate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just leaning on it, just dying at Daka's story. Not dying in a good way, just miserable.
He feels sympathy for you slightly as he looks over at you.
Listen, I'm playing the role of a distraction very well.
Yeah, you are. All right, we're jumping back over to Ticktrick and Equest.
Okay.
So yeah, Ticktrick, I saw your roll.
It was 21 and 32.
Okay, and the Equest was 17 and 18. As Equest kind of follows along instead, not really being able to be of much help in the situation, the two of you kind of going next to, like, staying up against each of the walls and staying to the shadows, you start to notice most of the guards they have illusion spells cast on them, as you start to notice. So they seem to jitter out as they're inside the walls. Every once in a while, the two of you catch a glance, and they start to look like Thrycreans for a moment. And then they go back to their high elven appearance. As you kind of continue walking about, you find a cellar that goes down beneath, and as you kind of going down, digging around, you find one of the entrances into the tunnels and follow along. As you start to look about, the tunnel seems to start to split off. Do either of you have true sight? I forget.
I do.
You do. Okay. Equest, do you?
I think they do too.
Yes, okay. As the two of you start walking in, you notice the tunnel, there's, for a moment, you see the illusions of a tunnel splitting off, and then the illusion spell, immediately dissipating as your vision clicks in, and being able to see how the tunnel just continues going straight forward. The other one looks to go straight into a cage. As you kind of start to follow it around, you come to a barracks where you see a bunch of casters, and they're playing cards, joking, many of them with their staffs up against the walls, wearing leather armor, talking shit. One of them joking about having to ending his shift with listening to Daka up above, go on and not stopping about anything that made sense. You can kind of slightly hear Daka in the distance, just now a faint whisper. And as you look about in the room, you do see that the room seems to connect to more off to the as it continues off to the right and left. It surrounds the entire city by your guesstimation, almost with a ring. And as you look about, each of the little barracks rooms seems to have those little vents where casters can sit there and cast. You can see a couple are still active up there, casting it nearby.
Okay. Good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Might have an idea of something to do.
So just to clarify, the magic or the anti-magic is gone now that we're underground.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So before I ask this, Grumpy, do you have Pass Without Trace?
I do. It's not a good decision to use it because True Sight will see right through us if we do that. We're probably good enough as is. If we needed that, it was done for to begin with.
All right.
I have an idea. I can create mini magic bombs down here with some red lyriums mixed with just pure spell, with pure mana.
Huh. Cause cave in from underneath.
That and just kill the casters.
Very true.
Give me a perception and investigation check real quick, both of you.
Okay.
While you're doing this, Daka. So we're on to chapter 2.
Orc anatomy.
Okay, go on.
Well, lucky that.
Okay, so first we start with the eyes. The eyes of an orc can see things. And based on the color of their eyes, allows different kinds of perception, which we will get into the colors in Chapter 3, Color Theory. But I digress.
Man, Doc is gonna retire to be a college university dean.
He has a formal education.
He does.
I do have a formal education, remember
All
that,
right,
guys.
let's do an intelligence and persuasion check while you're doing this. Sieko, give me an intimidation check, and I'll roll for his sympathy check towards passion.
A dirty 20 intelligence check.
Oh no.
He's actually good at
Just
this.
mouth towards him. Help me.
And as for persuasion, that is a 14.
Okay.
I rolled poorly. It's only a 20 intimidation this time.
Oh no. And then
That is poor. That's a 4.
But I'm
That's 4.
so intelligent this time.
as he's
Yeah.
listening, you start to
It
watch
makes
him
sense.
like he just starts taking notes at this point. Like it looks like he's writing things down. As the other soldiers are just kind of looking down at their like wrists, like many of them looking like they're trying to get out of here, like tired of being here. He seems to kind of look over at Bastion for a moment and just kind of nods with a slight tear in his eyes. He continues sitting here. And as Sieko continuously just throwing this thing up and down and slowly aiming it towards him. Moments continue. Okay. All right. So Tiktrick and Equus, what did you roll?
Yep. 21 perception, 27 investigation.
Okay. And
I got
Equus?
a 19 and 9, respectively.
Ouch. Between the two of you, you do start to notice that there are bottles of what looks to be lyrium potions or mana
shit.
potions, like scattered throughout the rooms. As you kind of take a moment to think about it, I mean, they're pretty obviously there to refill spell charges or spell slots to keep the casters going. It seems that most likely Rylos probably was intending for a very long siege.
Oh, you ready for a chain reaction, buddy?
I will say, you realize if you're looking at this right, and if this is what you'd expect in each of the average barracks, counting around 15 potions, you'd guess there's enough here to level this city in or drop it down a full, 10, 20 feet into the ground.
All right. We're gonna put this bomb down, Equest, and we're gonna teleport out of here.
Okay.
We're doing this telepathically right now, by the way.
Okay. I'll respond telepathically.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
How do we detonate?
As you hear this voice back, Tiktrick, I need a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
'Cause I don't think you're
Many creatures at once.
I don't think you're psychic immune, if I remember right.
I am psychic immune.
Oh, actually, good news. You're the only one who can talk to Equus without taking damage. Then, so,
I'm also.
Are you?
Well, I'm psychic resistant,
So
so I'd
you
still
will
take a little.
Yeah. So as normally others would hear three horrendous voices fighting each other
Oh.
to speak out, and like this gruesome screeching in your head in a sense, like nails on a chalkboard just in your brain. You hear Equest's voice naturally as if she was just straight talking to you.
Ah, cool. Nothing wrong.
Mhm.
All right. So I'll say I'm going to make a tiny bomb out of the red lyrium potion I have and some pure mana and light it so that they'll mix after the fuse is gone.
Oh, okay.
For fuck's sake, really? Okay.
So I will begin constructing. I won't use a lot because I don't need a lot to kickstart it. Probably like I would say cut out 5 spell slots worth of mana and I don't know, the red lyrium. I'll just portion out a 10th of red lyrium that will mix together after a fuse goes away. Do you want us to roll stealth for this, man? If they're rolling to do this?
You don't need to. I'm using your old stealth rolls, and I can't roll above a 10. Okay.
So yeah. And as I do this, I'm going to tell Daka in a little bit. I would like you to say you cause an explosion somehow.
You'll probably just tell him when.
Yeah, I'll tell him when
Okay. All right.
I set the bomb, and then I'll teleport us out.
Okay, so you're just putting red lyrium in a bottle and leaving it here with a fuse? What are you lighting the fuse with?
good question.
I can breathe I can do fire breath. We can just hope I can angle it enough or a small amount enough to hit the fuse.
Do you have a tinderbox?
How lucky you feeling?
Let me see if
let
I
me
have a
see.
tinderbox. I think I do.
It's a very
I
basic.
have a lot of shit in my inventory.
I have a tinderbox. I can light it.
There you
Okay.
go.
I want
Wes,
for just a second. I want both of you to give me an intelligence check, just real quick.
Okay,
Gotcha.
I got a 7 for that now because of my racial. So
9.
5.
We sent 2
Yep.
idiots.
Nope.
in.
You got
Okay.
this. This is a brilliant plan.
I'll make sure the fuse is relatively long, so we have time to teleport out.
Okay. You take like a. I assume you have a. How much rope do you have by chance?
How much? What do I have?
A rope.
Rope. Let me see.
I got 50 if you want some.
I have 50 feet as well, so we've
So
got a decent
I
amount.
imagine you chop off a foot of rope and toss it out, or use it as a fuse to light it, so that way you have at least a foot or a bit of distance to run for it. Yeah, it looks flammable. You test it; it scorches real nice. All right. You now have a glass vial with a jar with a little like a piece of rope that's flammable sticking out of it with red lyrium in it swirling around.
Okay.
I'm just
Light it,
giving
and
you a
then we're gonna
second
run.
to think. I'm giving you a second to think about this before you do
I'll-
this.
Also, I told you that the way I'm mixing it is that set up some mana to fall into the red lyrium to activate it,
Okay.
and the fuse cuts the connection between it, or gets rid of the connection,
Okay.
makes it so they can mix.
I got what
You know what I'm
I
saying?
got what you're saying. Okay. I got you. All right.
So it's not a fuse going directly into red lyrium.
Even better. All right. Let's do this. Let's see how lucky you're feeling, Equest. Let's make an attack. As you get, what's your breath weapon distance?
Will this be a survival thing
He has
to
a
do
tinderbox.
light
He
a
has a
fire
tinderbox.
distance?
Oh, you do. Oh, you're using your.
He has a
tinderbox?
tinderbox.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a. Let's just say a survival.
That's
no.
fiery, right? These light on fire.
Yeah, I'll say survival check. That's fine.
I said survival's the closest you're gonna get.
I know you want survival because it's got a fucking plus 30 in
His
it.
Yeah.
22. All right. With that kind of a crap roll, no, I'm kidding. Yeah, you, Equest kind of, as Tictric backs up a few feet, Equest gets down on one knee, lights a match. Give me a second. Every wizard is still blind. As they don't hear the lighting of the match, Equest slowly lowers the match down, and then drops the match onto the thing and turns and starts running. Both of you at max speed.
Oh, we're teleporting out. We're not running.
Oh,
out.
you're gonna teleport? Oh, okay.
Once we're far away from the red lyrium, of course.
Okay. How far are you thinking you're wanting to get?
How fast is Equest?
I got 40 feet.
Can you? Okay, so
He also weighs nothing. You could literally just pick him up and just...
I can just
I'll
hop on.
I'll pick him up and we'll get 140 feet away in one round and then teleport out.
Okay. You pick up Equest. Equest isn't very heavy, being a goblin. She does feel weird as she's mixed matched up parts and like little nibs and nubs. For a humanoid, this doesn't feel right. For a Thrycrane, this feels actually quite normal. It's like you've got a carapace underneath those clothes. As you turn and run and then cast teleportation, where are you trying to teleport?
Let's go with let me look at the map again. Behind the tree that Bastion is looking against.
Okay. Alright, as you suddenly teleport, Bastion, you feel something suddenly appear behind you for a moment. As you kind of turn to the slide, you can kind of see Tictric behind you with it holding a quest.
Give him a thumbs up.
I sense something appear behind me, and I'm just like, do it quickly, please.
And then I'll telepathically tell Daka, I'll give him a countdown on when to say explosion.
know
Or
that.
we'll
we-
make an
yeah.
explosion appear.
Daka, we're on chapter 4. The man is still sitting there writing things down.
All right, chapter 4 is, now that we've gone through all of the preliminary information about my plan, now we start with step 1. Bang!
As Daka shouts this out, the man looks about angrily for a moment, kind of stands up a little straighter, getting an inch taller, looks down at Daka as it's a second moment early, and then suddenly the ground in a slow motion erupts with giant red spikes that slowly turn black as they expand out. I need a Constitution saving throw from the entire party. As this is gonna be
Probably
flat
a bit too
damage.
close.
I don't have a damage type for this situation, so we're just gonna call this flat damage, no resistance, no immunity. You just pray.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Dirty.
Natural 20 for a 30.
30, okay.
So 27.
Remember, you guys have Sieko's bonus.
Also,
Yeah,
yeah,
look at that.
Sieko's
So then 20
5.
If I roll
25.
poorly,
Okay.
Natural 20 for a 27. Yo, gentlemen.
I'm using a legendary resistance. I'm saying it now.
Okay. Yeah, you probably want to.
But yeah, that's a 35 for
Oh, I got a
Daka.
32.
Oh my god. Is that the whole party?
20s! What the fuck is
Is that the whole
this?
party?
I rolled a 20 dirty, but
Oh, shit.
25 with
Okay.
Sieko.
Wow.
Gentlemen.
As you
Man.
all back up, jumping, feeling the extreme sense of magic exploding out, having felt this before, you all jump as far back and start to run slightly. This is no cool guys, don't look at explosion. This is panic, holy shit, someone hit the red button on the nuke.
Daka hit the right button, right?
While I know we're panicking and running, I want to yell one thing at Sieko while I'm running.
Mm-hmm.
This is what happens when you fuck with us. As I'm just gonna start sprinting.
You hear the old man scream over the explosion, "What about Chapter 5?" And as, for a moment, Tick, you think to yourself, I wonder if they had more lyrium in the back stores or in the
Yeah,
They probably did.
castle.
Probably did, yeah.
And you watch as massive crystals start shooting up out of the ground, cracking through the sea, tearing it apart, screams, horrid amalgamations of creatures ripping through tears in reality. As this violent scene explodes around it for a mile as you all just start running as fast as you can. I imagine Daka trying to throw out the ship desperately as the party running to climb and catch onto it.
Yeah.
We can teleport one more time if we want, gentlemen.
True.
Well,
because-
that won't work for me. I guess
It
I
won't
can
work
get
for
on my
Daka.
shield. I'd
Yeah.
get on my shield and start going.
True.
Because faster, I'm immediately unfurling my wings, so my flight is faster than my running.
All
So
right.
I have a 100-foot flying dash.
Do you want to
Let's
Does
go.
everyone want to teleport out if they can? I know Daka, you can't, but
Time to go airborne. Let's surf this lyrium wave.
I won't resist if you try to teleport with me.
okay. What's a good place to teleport, gentlemen? Where would to go?
We could go back to my city. Be an easy one.
Sure, that's pretty easy.
It is my lair as well, so if we get attacked, it'll be our most defended position.
Cool. I'll use the last charge of the rod to teleport us.
Alright, as Daka gets on his ship, or on his fucking shield, as he speeds and peels off to the side, heading off as quick as possible, Sieko begins to unfurl his wings. Tick activates the teleportation spell. As you do, for a glint, for a moment, you all see a massive dragon coming erupting out of the fucking castle and going after Daka as the teleportation goes off. Daka, I've got bad news, buddy.
Yo, woo them.
It's a dragon! Seduce it!
It's a dragon. I have the
He's
thing
got
with
this.
dragons. I got that dragon riz, alright?
Oh, buddy. Give me a second to pull up.
That is a statement.
Give me a minute.
Guys,
to
I
see
think we did it.
As you all head back, ecstatic, having enjoying yourself, celebrating this situation. Sieko kind of furling his wings back in. The city looking, you see a couple people have started coming back. Some of the people you thought had been destroyed and enslaved, that looks like as E2 is now leading them back in, and they're starting to build little houses and such. As you all kind of start to relax and head around, thinking for a moment that everything is hunky-dory.
I don't imagine it is with a sentence like that.
Probably.
Daka, you see, as you start to peel off, thinking, "Oh man, we just kicked his ass. We did it. We did what we set out to do. The party has finally put that asshole to bed." You start to peel off, seeing the rest of your party heading out, knowing you'll meet them back at Raktra. You're gonna enjoy the waves, maybe pick up a muffin basket. It's a good day.
So, telepathy to let us know what happens.
And you see, as from the city erupts, an angry-looking, massive, what can only be explained is for a moment you think it's a giant, like, red water dragon, like, figure coming towards you. You take a moment and kind of, like, focus down and looking at it, and as you do, you realize that's a blood dragon. That's a dragon made from blood.
We love blood dragons.
And you hear it roar as it screams out the monstrous 5.
Yippee!
Miss Terrasitis, I have your friend's underwear. May I have some assistance, please?
Wait, whose underwear
my
do you
God.
have? Hold up. wait.
Remember, last session, I got the underwear from the Spidian Queen.
That's Tara's best friend.
Look at that, Daka. What a way out, bro.
Hold up. Roll a religion check. Hold up, motherfucker.
He said he was gonna get it. I didn't expect him to use it to get out of jail.
That's a natural 20 for a 21.
No way!
You motherfucker.
Yay!
Perfect plan, gentlemen.
Hunter, it was all planned from the beginning. Tara taking the oath, selfishly becoming it was all part of the plan.
It was all part of the plan!
You hear it roar out, monstrous 5, as this blood shoots everywhere. You sense death coming towards you. For a moment, you grab the underwear in your hands and you pray with all you have, knowing, holy shit, I'm about to die. And as you do, suddenly you find yourself in an office space. Very nice desk set up, a nice little comfy chair. What looks to be like the classic detective's office. As Tara's chair just kind of slowly swivels around, she looks down at you.
Hey, Tara, my good old pal.
No. When I expect a prayer, the last thing I expect is I have your friend's underwear.
Well, it was... I picked it up in the mountain of town from the Queen, and it seemed to be something that you might want to have as a memento. However, I just, I didn't really think to give it to you at that point in time. However, it dawned on me as I was being chased by a blood dragon shouting out my party's name that you might want.
I feel like Tara would just silently put her hand out like a handed oath.
Yeah, I understand. Here you go.
Here's my get out of jail free card.
God damn it.
I fucking hate you.
It was a well-planned plan.
I
DM.
had 3 plans in case you guys did something like this. And this is one of them, and you had a fucking back. Fuck you.
It's what happens, man. We planned for this shit.
DM, we told you we had fucking contingency plans. This was the one we knew you wouldn't expect.
Alright.
The Spidian Queen underwear.
As you produce it to her, she kind of puts it away in one of the shelves and locks it away. You see a key kind of be put away in her pocket, and as she snaps her fingers, your little fucking rock shield that you had doesn't teleport with you, unfortunately, as it falls skyrocketing into the ground. Where the blood dragon leaves you momentarily. From the blood dragon's point of view, as its hand is right about to slap you down. Oh, now roll a nat 20. Are you fucking kidding me? And fuck you. Okay, nope. Alright. As the fucking dragon's you can feel death's embrace coming at you, Daka. You are seconds away as the beam of light teleports you, and you find yourself now standing in front of the party in the middle of this small town being rebuilt, like kind of holding yourself, like expecting to be hit, bracing.
All right, gentlemen, it's not over.
Daka, you can teleport.
Look at you go, man. Gentlemen, prepare. It might not be over. Don't rest easy yet.
Yeah.
Okay, that's alright.
Have you all ever heard of
I
a
didn't
blood
get to kill
dragon?
anybody.
We got so angrily just glaring at the whole party after dealing with this.
It sounds interesting. What is it?
Dangerous.
Oh. Oh.
What?
I
was
had
it?
to use my get out of jail free card to
I
get
want,
out
I
of
want,
that
the,
one.
I want the whole party to give me a survival check.
Got you, man.
So, surprisingly, with all of his mentality, I have a +0 to survival.
Yo, same.
30.
You don't have to write.
17.
You don't have to have a good survival intelligence or instinct if you are
Lots
the
of
Look,
survival.
we're monsters. We know what's coming for us.
11.
10.
So Tickdrick and Bastion, as well as Aquess, you all get a weird sense on the back of your necks. You sense a predator has been born into the world. There is a creature stronger than your party somewhere now in the world that has suddenly appeared.
Can't have that, can we?
I've seen it.
Sounds like Sunday Party's problem.
All true.
No!
So true.
You're right!
Time for the 12 levels to deal with that. We did our part.
It's the Lord's problem.
God damn it. Alright, as you guys find yourselves back at the fucking town, you motherfuckers.
Yeah, I don't think we can stay in one place anymore.
No.
Doug feels
Well,
someone
it's
watching.
the Drownlands next, yes, gentlemen?
Oh, I think so.
I'm gonna look towards the people rebuilding. Like, I'm just gonna start
No.
walking away towards the ocean.
Alright, on to the next one.
All right. I'm gonna, I'm just gonna let out a great WAGH to call upon my brethren because I want to bring them in.
You want?
I'm gonna sound the WAGH.
You don't have much sound or much room in your meteor ship yet, so unless you're having Tickdrick hollow the whole thing out and set
Yeah,
it up
you,
like
you
a-
told me not to haul it out, though.
If you
Yeah,
want,
you know
if you
what,
want him to
the
build
orcs-
barracks.
The orcs can start hollowing it out along with Tick when they arrive.
Okay.
You'll be my foreman, Tick.
You're just gonna
I do
shout?
trust you.
Give me
Yeah.
I guess a
WAGH check?
charisma check.
I'm excellent at those. That's an 8. Listen, I'll do WAGHs every now and then, you know.
Nothing seems to happen as Daka just shouts out at the top of his lungs, WAGH. No one. You see for a moment as it kind of goes silent. You hear a kid in the distance respond, and as you look over, you see a little dwarven child like with his hands up in the air.
That's the spirit.
At least you're once.
a new recruit.
As you turn and toss I imagine tossing your meteor ship to start up.
Yeah,
All right. You all.
I definitely need to get my orc army together because now that we're not going to be staying in one place, it'd probably be better for my nomadic people.
Tell them you killed their cousin or whatever.
Nah,
they'll
well,
follow
you
you.
know, he tried to steal from me, and that's grounds for execution.
That's not the orc way.
Orcish law.
Listen,
Trial by combat. He lost.
So how was your lesson, Daka?
Hey,
well, it's
Daka,
quite nice.
give me I
Yeah.
need a wisdom save and a charisma save.
Uh-oh.
That's not good.
Wisdom save's not good. 15.
Okay.
Charisma save is
Well,
a
you're
little
Sicko.
better. Oh yeah, because they're a Sicko. And that's a natural 1 for a 4. So 20 from Sicko for wisdom, and 9 for the charisma save.
Okay. Alright, as you start up your meteor ship, you all climb aboard as you look about, seeing the people kind of setting up again. A couple of them wave towards you lot. The ship kind of starts to slowly steady itself up into the air. Where you guys...
By the way, if that was scrying, I have the Ring of Scry shielding on.
I know. Yeah, I got you.
Just making sure.
Yeah.
I mean, if nothing's changed, we're gonna head to the ocean towards the
Yep.
island. Yeah.
Okay.
Strauss next.
Alright.
Yeah, Seko, do you want to message Tikva? What is?
You know
what
what?
is-
You're right. It's time for my next sending where I say 2 monarchs down.
As you say this, you feel the message does not go through.
Oh,
Ooh.
So either the person is dead or is no longer on this plane.
Well, sending can go through planes. It has a very
That
low chance.
answers your question.
Wow.
Well, what if Tikva was in that city, guys? Wouldn't that be
She may-
crazy?
She may have been, or something else. She got somewhere else. I'll tell the party that. I'll be like, the sending didn't go through.
Yo, Bastion, start breakdancing of Tikva's death.
He may
God, so rage.
I wanted to do it.
You suddenly hear in your head, Bastion, as someone casts sending, I will take everything from you. as you hear Rylos' voice coming from it.
Good
Aw,
luck.
man.
So we've confirmed he is just mad at Bastion.
As you respond with good luck, you feel you feel the presence cut off.
You know, I think there's like this popular movie that the guy who says good luck doesn't really win in the end.
Hey, don't ruin the vibes.
Hey,
As,
it depends. Is the attacker or the defender the protagonist? That's what makes the difference.
as you start
Look, if you haven't realized yet, I don't think Bastion has ever been a winner in any of DM's campaigns.
Oh,
Oh, come on.
Robert
man.
came
Man.
into this knowing what he was getting into.
No, it's sad that with Bastion's background, he hasn't really won in any of his debut.
As you see the ship kind of launches up, though, you all start taking off, knowing it's going to take a couple of days. Tickdrick starts to kind of, at Daka's behest, will start to hollow out and create a barracks for the orcs to sleep in. And like a little chamber to eat in, store some shit, you know.
we have a moving. We have an RV now.
Yeah, we have an RV with a
Assuming-
smaller wagon
Well,
inside of it.
that's assuming Daka is okay, wants that done.
Oh yeah. I gotta go. Everything approved by Daka here.
You do. It's my ship.
Okay. All right. Do you want him to carve it out, or do you want him to leave it?
Yeah, he has permission to start carving out. I would
Gotcha.
like my family to have a nice place when they come.
All right.
Tickdrick starts getting to work on a few barracks and designing a eating room as well as a storage for like general goods, as well as a wagon area for Sieko's wagon to be stored in.
Yep.
This is why you don't
and
store your
thanks to my cousin,
emissions.
we do have a drop floor so that when I get all of my
This is true.
orcs, their stone shields, they could be
They're
like fighter jets
paratroopers.
coming out of a carrier.
The barbarian bomber. But you yes. Go ahead,
I
Sieko.
said, but better.
Yeah.
Far
But
more
better.
control.
As you all start heading off, the ship starts flying off. For a moment, you see in the distance a red flash off to the far right that seems to pass by all of you and then disappear. But as the ship continues
Yeah, that's
on,
not weird.
a day goes by. We'll go down the list. You'll get your free action here.
Oh, here's your cloak back, by the way.
Tickdrick
yeah.
will be spending his entire time digging, so he won't get any actions out of this.
I get a lot of ore though.
Yep. And I'll get to you on that. Sieko, is there anything you'd like to do on your 1 day of travel?
No, I'm just returning the coat. I can't do training with my weight on this ship, so
No.
no, not really.
Alright. Okay, no worries. Daka?
Book! More soul book!
Okay.
More soul.
Alright, give me an intelligence and an arcana check. Let's see if you can
Come
figure
on.
it out.
Come on, good rolls, please, more good rolls. Fuck, that's a 7 for intelligence.
And your arcana?
Come on,
Do you take a step back? or-
4!
Even lower.
Damn it.
God damn it!
Hey, you
Thankfully-
used your high rolls on the siege.
Thankfully,
You know
you
what?
didn't
I'm
just take
okay
a step
with that.
back. So as you train again, you've come to the understanding of what you need to do. The grasp of what is there. It's the doing the action that doesn't seem to stick. It doesn't make sense to you.
I have all the puzzle pieces. I just need to get them together.
Puzzle. Could I multitask and
You
solve a
haven't
Rubik's
even, you
Cube while I
haven't even
dig?
saved yours.
No,
I know
damn
the
it.
quote. I have all the puzzle pieces, but man, I'm bad at puzzles.
Equest, what about yourself?
I am going to increase my intelligence.
Okay, roll an intelligence plus an intelligence.
All right.
Intelligence
so
plus intelligence.
we gotta for the first roll. Oh, 1.
Oh,
You will not be increasing your intelligence today, but please roll one more to see if you lose an intelligence points.
Ooh.
Nope. Okay.
13.
If you do roll 2 zeros, I will let you all know you do lose a point in that stat. So keep in mind, it is a possibility. It can happen. But all right,
Very cool.
as you spend your time reading Equests, trying to think, nothing sticks. Bastion.
This book is upside down.
I think Bastion would be between the maps that he has for his section of the Abyss and this area, be studying maps, trying to raise his wisdom.
Okay. Give me an intelligence plus a wisdom check.
Okay. Nice. A 6 intelligence and an 11 wisdom.
As you trying to grasp more wisdom, but trying to do anything to think about what was happening today, thinking about the map, thinking about all that's gone on, nothing seems to click, and you don't manage to gain anything. All right, Ticktrick, what about yourself?
Digging. That's what you said.
That's right. And then let's roll for your ore.
Oh boy.
I do request, Ticktrick, that most of this, you can use the ore, but, just, don't keep it all for yourself, my man.
What are you going to do with it?
You get 20 bars of star metal.
Because I intend on using it to, arm my orc brethren.
The ore? You're going to give them ore?
You helped me out, but,
Could Sieko, mold earth to add furniture and stuff?
Did you say 22 or 20?
Yes. 20.
I have mold earth. I can.
Correct.
If that's what you want me doing with my actions, I wasn't doing anything. I can.
That's up to, I guess, would be up to Daka, but I imagine Daka would like furniture even if it's made out of rock.
Hey, Daka, do you want furniture?
That's alright with me. It's fine. Just make it look classy and nice.
Slowly
Right,
going
I'm gonna
for
make
Alfie
some,
Solomon's.
Some nice looking couches and stuff.
Some ottomans out of rock.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Couple shelves,
As you begin to make some design furniture that you've seen in people's houses, starting to create something. The beds are a little bit small for Daka and his people, but they'll fit someone decently as you get in there. Having never seen a bed for an orc, only seeing the inn beds that you've passed by and used. But as you manage to outfit the ship, as a lot of you continue on, finally coming to the outskirts, you see the massive island with dark iron towers, massive iron gates. You can see the entire city the entire island seems to have been fortified with a massive wall of metal. A large, what looks to be a very wicked, spiked port. Imagine basically screaming bad guy as you look onto this, seeing the dark waters all around. But as you start to get closer, you see the city is up in ruins, in smoke. There is nothing there but rubble and black smoke floating to the air.
Who stole my kill?
Son of a bitch!
I wonder if that was related to the red thing that rushed by.
Who stole my kill? What the hell?
Are you all gonna...
Any messages anywhere?
You don't hear anything. Are you all gonna land and go check it out?
Yeah, sure.
I would like to learn what happened to the drow.
Okay.
It's important.
As you go over, are you just gonna land in the center of the island? Do you want to land towards the port?
Well, it's important to go through the front door, of course.
You always go through. It's polite to go through the front door.
All right. As Daka kind of comes in a roundabout and goes around the island, comes swinging in down towards the port. You all land and you see ships destroyed, bodies flung about, all of them looking to be sunken and having all their fluids sucked out, looking extremely pale as you walk through. There are adventurers, some people wearing... You find archmage robes just lying on a wizard casually that looks to have been tossed and smashed against a wall, his head completely kind of imploded into the robe itself. You see a guy wearing what looks to be a massive dragon slayer longsword on his back. That looks to have been completely bitten and chewed about.
Did he have red anime hair?
He does not. As you all are kind of looking about and kind of walking back in, what were you going to say, Sieko? Sorry?
Can I just start randomly taking the magic items and throwing them in the vault?
Sure. Yeah, as you start grabbing stuff and tossing it in, as you all start moving about, you see more and more destruction. Buildings destroyed. There are small children, men, women that look like they were attacked in the middle of their stew. Houses that still have fresh food having just been baked. This looks like it was really recent. Even the fires look to have just recently started to go down. I'm going to have you quest do a survival check since being the ranger in the group.
I do have good survival.
Man, I wonder if this blood dragon had anything to do with it.
And people missing fluids? I don't know.
This is even more brutal than usually are.
You can tell this town was destroyed not maybe an hour ago. as you look about, finding the bodies all thrown about, all the meat being very fresh of many of the creatures. However, there are, as you look about, many iron cages with wild creatures still in them, just kind of stuck about.
Could I look and see like how their fluids have been drained? Like how
yeah.
basically everyone's died?
Give me a medicine check.
So the thing that did this
Wow.
did it about an hour ago. It might still be around.
26. Natural 20.
As you look
crazy
about, you start noticing as Equest kind of points that out, each of them seems to have had either like puncture wounds that looks to have been very clean and round and circular, all throughout different parts of their body. It doesn't seem to be identified as a single marking. But that looks to be where what hit the bodies to drain them was coming from. The holes look to be ranging anywhere from about 3 inches wide to almost a foot and a half thick itself.
Piercing weapons, gentlemen.
Actually, this country had an item I wanted. I want to look for iron bands of binding. I wanted these for a while ago. I was told they...
Yeah, as you start walking about, you find more and more adventurer's gear, +3, +2 plate, some weapons here and there. But as you all look kind of heading down different building routes and kind of through the back streets, until you come to the castle itself, you find no signs of any slaves or any iron bindings.
What guilds were the adventurers? Do they have any guild?
They did not have any
markings?
specific guild marks. The only reason you recognized it was because they each had a crimson talon necklace, which marks them as adventurers.
Okay.
Just as a question, it does. I mean, unlikely, but is my my new sword, Crimson Renewation, like picking up on anything?
Doesn't seem to be.
Not alright. Cool. I really don't know exactly how the sword works, so I'm just trying to see,
No, that's fair. Yeah, as you kind of pull it out, Daka, and take a look at it, the sword doesn't seem to have reacted in any way.
I would like to use molders to make this big slab, that I can write on.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like a notice board kind of positioning.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll use molders to write, sadly, we didn't do this, Monstrous 5. We can't...
we love monsters.
Oh, it's very polite to not claim.
Yeah, just so you know, sadly, we can't take credit for this.
As you do so, you start hearing in the distance as someone sounds like they're paddling up towards the dock, and you can hear what sounds to be gasps in the distance from what you guesstimate with the passive perception, around 4 or 5 people.
Who goes there?
I'm gonna go meet him. I'm curious.
We'll meet them.
Okay. Yes, as you do, as you all run off, you kind of head off. Quest kind of still standing there for a moment as Tiktrick, Daka, and Sieko start heading back towards the port. Bastion, as you go to open up your the book, suddenly you see Tikva still in there, still marked as alive.
Okay. I'll close the book and follow them then.
Okay. As you do, you turn and go chasing after them. Give it a sec. I think so. Yeah, Quest was sending me a PM. I'll give that a minute while I pull this up.
Oh yeah, eat dead bodies again.
Listen, don't judge a monster by its
We knew
I
it
didn't
was
judge.
and we
I
don't
just said
need
they're doing that.
so yeah.
You can be open about what you eat, Equest. It's okay.
Yeah, we really don't care.
Before Quest, we had
Centauri.
Centauri, yeah.
Yeah,
Who
we're
also-
okay. We're okay with you eating people. Just don't eat
Also-
us.
Yeah, Centauri was worse. He didn't eat pieces. Centauri ate the entire body and left nothing.
Yeah, we're okay with you eating the bodies of other people, like dead people. But when you start trying to chew on pieces of us, that's when things get,
Even
Please don't-
Centauri.
Please don't eat my
No.
spit. That's weird.
But now,
Even
what if you
Centauri
drop-
didn't do that.
What if you drop it though? Is it free game?
No.
No, that's
No.
just fucking weird.
As you all kind of start heading off, you see in the distance the kid with the big red hair coming on a ship with 4 other members, 2 of which you immediately recognize. Bastion, you can see as soon as the recognition hits his face, starts frowning with just annoyance as he recognizes the red dragonborn that chopped his 2 fingers off earlier.
Oh hey!
And the hill dwarf cleric, as well as the red-headed kid who is now coming with his massive greatsword on his back. You see he is paired with a barbarian and what looks to be some sort of cloaked wizard as they come aboard off of this little ship.
Fancy
Hello there.
sabers here.
The little dwarf cleric woman kind of comes forward as she looks. The others look kind of nervous, other than the dragonborn who keeps like waving at Bastion with his two fingers missing and smiling. And
I'm waving back, but only with one finger up.
He looks very confused, and you see he seems to start having a discussion with with one of the other party members. There's a massive dude who seems to be wearing what looks to be a strange blackened mask that has horns coming out the side of it. You're not sure what he is, but as you look down, due to his height, he looks to be slightly enlarged. And then as a few seconds go by, as the hill dwarf cleric comes towards you all, you see he shrinks back down to the size of a dwarf. With his long braided beard coming full out. You do notice that in his enlarged form, he does lose his beard. But as the hill dwarf cleric woman kind of walks over, she smiles and goes, "Oh, what? Oh, it's Sieko and the Forgotten Song, and I don't remember your name." As she looks at Ticktrick.
Ticktrick.
That's it. Yes, the one who came up with the idea.
Idea of what?
Who's the? She just kind of brushes you off. Who's tall, dark, and handsome here? As she looks at Daka and and then suddenly realizing him here, and then seeing a quest coming up in the back.
He's a history professor.
Oh, really?
Yes, I'm very intellectual in the forms of Orkzoo's of WAGH.
You know, I studied orcs while I went to college. I also studied hill dwarf, mountain dwarfs, the Vidan, humans, Nords, high elves, mountain elves. Would you like to? I've got a couple books. I'd love to trade some notes with you.
Oh, that'd be great. My name's Daka. Hello, nice to meet you.
She smiles for a moment and goes, "Hi, Daka's an interesting name. Are you part of the clan Dakaron by chance?"
Well, yes. My father was the chief before he passed.
Was.
That's what I am.
Oh, I am, okay.
Still
Didn't
part
they
of the
just
clan.
kick you out? Oh, no, that was the guy that you just killed. Never mind.
She kind of smiles and goes, "Well, my name's Raynon. Most people call me Wraithmail. I can make the plate I'm wearing to go into the, what do you call it? The ethereal space. Not really helpful in battle, mostly because I don't go
armor?
into the...
That seems kind of silly.
She nods.
But you know what? That would be very nice if you fell into deep water and you couldn't swim.
True, but then I'd lose the armor.
Well,
Yeah, it was my first item I ever made. So you all killed this slaving city, huh?
Actually,
no.
Sadly, already destroyed when we got here.
Very sad.
An hour ago, according to our friendly quest. Well, I mean, we were going to, but someone beat us to it.
That's unfortunate. Huh.
They like to use needles, apparently.
That interesting. Okay, and she kind of looks about and goes, "That's kind of weird." Well, we just came from the High Elf City. I'm surprised. I thought you lot were gonna go and deal with Rylos and all. Last I saw you.
We already did.
We just came from the High Elf capital.
Oh, you got.
He's not dead, and I look at Sieko.
The city's destroyed.
Wait, how'd you destroy the city?
I said
Blew it up.
bang.
He said bang and it blew up.
Huh. Well, as long as the magic that blew, none of the magic potions blew up underneath and set off Rylos's magic egg plan that he had with those dragon eggs. He was gathering a bunch of potions. He needed a massive magical reaction to blow up the eggs, to cause enough mana into the air to do what he was trying to do. I don't know what he was trying to do. I just know it's something really powerful.
Now that you say that, afterwards, when I was running away, there was this blood dragon that came out of the ground.
We've been theorizing maybe it's what did this here.
He looks at you and she goes, "Blood dragon. That's not a thing."
It is now.
It is now.
You guys said the same thing at the same
Those haven't been
time.
seen since the... She goes, yeah, I don't... they're like... It's an ancient legend, truly. I remember reading about something like this. They're like a purely evil force. Like they're supposed to be a sign of the bad times to come, like world ending. That's the whole point.
Man, there's been a lot of world ending things.
Well, to
So
be
it's
fair,
not
in this
something new.
age, everything's world ending.
Yeah,
She goes, "You're
this is a
not
dying
wrong."
world.
Why are you so calm about that?
We've accepted it.
I wonder what the Toth and Robot are up to at this time. Speaking of world ending,
We haven't looked at the
No.
news in a while. Do you know what the news is like?
I know people don't talk about that, but the world ending. I just want to fight. I don't care if the world ends.
What?
well, hey, there's now a far powerful blood dragon for you to fight.
You see the rest of the adventurers just look concerned as as the little hill dwarf looks back up at you and goes, "Are you all fucking crazy?"
Yes,
Well, a little bit. That's kind of one of the requirements of being a part of this group.
100%.
I did make a deal with that one, and I point at the Dragonborn.
That is pretty
He
crazy.
waves again and smiles and points at his hand.
I mean, I've been referred
Speaking
to as
of, has he
the
noticed
Mad
anything weird
Artificer.
happening
So.
since becoming a servant of mine?
He doesn't seem to.
No?
No.
Also, he didn't agree to a deal. Remember?
No, he didn't.
He was too dumb.
He did. It marked him.
It marked him, but the question is,
Oh.
is if anything affected him. Is
Well,
he-
that's part of my thing is I can make a deal with anybody, no matter how dumb.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Okay, you, Sieko, you suddenly hear as the quest kind of climbs up to your shoulder real quick and whispers something into your ear, and disappears off.
I'm gonna walk off and just tell the others they can just hang out.
The
okay.
Hill Dwarf woman looks and goes, wait, are you looking for survivors? Kind of like watches as Sieko just continues to walk away.
I'll raise my hand like the back towards them and I just say, I guess you could say that as I walk off.
I don't know what they're doing, but it's probably fun.
Well, I guess that eliminates that quest. We got our next mission. God, this really sucks. She looks back and she looks at the kid with the red hair and she smiles. She goes, "What's our next mission?" He just kind of holds out and you see him produce a wanted poster of each of you, like in when you first got out in your adventures.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, "We're hunting these," and she just kind of nods and goes, "Oh, okay." And she goes, "Well, you gentlemen have things. I don't want to assume." She kind of looks up at all of you. Have a good day. And rolls an 8 for perception. And turns and walks off onto her boat.
Which is really funny because Daka really
do I
hasn't
see the
changed
posters?
much.
You have a large beard, sir.
Yeah, you do see him, Bastion.
Yeah, plus Hunter.
I'm just gonna go. I wouldn't.
Since you don't look different from much other orcs, you suddenly have a big beard. They're like, oh, it's a different orc.
As you say that, you see for a second the hill dwarf kind of stops as the others kind of get on the boat. She turns around and goes, "Why? Do you know something?"
I heard they're really scary.
Oh no, we've been hearing that, but to be fair, everyone's scary these days. You hear about that group of adventurers trying to go and become the 12 lords up in the far north?
No, I don't know.
Too. Everyone's trying to do that.
As they're looking and starting to float away, can I flash my true form at them?
As you see them starting to kind of turn, she kind of accepts this, and as they get on the boat and they start getting away. How far away are you gonna let them get before you show your form?
Still close enough that it's probably going to freak them the hell out, but
Okay.
far enough that they're probably just gonna go, yeah, let's keep going that way.
All right. As they turn and look, you see that the hill dwarf starts to smile, and you see little horns come out of his head for a moment, and a little like spiked tail comes out. The redheaded kid that looks very much like a protagonist kind of pulls out his sword and starts pointing it over towards you all. As the other two members of the party kind of look, the hill dwarf or other three party members kind of look over. They look terrified. However, the mage doesn't seem to react as you can't see their face. It's still covered by their robes. But they start to head off, almost ignoring you, or continue on with a little bit of a faster pace behind them, as the redheaded kid continues to try and like climb over the boat to come back towards you as his party members kind of pull him on.
Well, I guess
I just wave.
So what should we do while he questions Yeko off and about?
Good question. Do we know anything about the drows? Have they have any? Any
Give me a
history of,
history check between Tiktric, Bastion, and Daka. Let's see what you got.
History.
You know,
history.
there were a bunch of random creatures in
9.
cages. For nothing else, you get some random like magic
Wow.
parts and stuff.
For being old as dirt at this point, I rolled a 7.
Ouch.
See, it's getting to your head.
18.
Daka
Daka knows a lot about being a historian who's never studied
Moral
a single thing
education.
about Drow. As you take a minute, Daka, you start to remember. So Drow are famously known for 3 things: poison, blackberry alcohol, and slaves.
Yep.
In those 3 categories, they are the best at everything. They are known for making assassination stuff. Their weapons and gear are all designed to capture people and how to disable people. Many of their smiths are looked upon as the top smiths in the world for any wannabe rogues or assassin likes. They're also the most abrasive people, and the majority of the country is a matriarchy. With that role, Daka would know this specific island is actually a patriarchy. It's the only island, and it is the main island for slave trade in the entirety of the Drow territory. Also, famously, that there was once an adventurer who was the son of the previous ruler of this island, who got themselves killed fighting in Oventium, as the rumors go. Daka reiterating all of that as he thinks for a moment and ponders.
Oh, yes. After I take off my historian glasses.
I imagine
Thanks
it's
for the
just
history lesson.
the one glass monologue and just kind of, or what is it called? Fucking
A monocle?
monocle, yeah. Puts it away. But as you do, Equus, where are you? You're heading into the castle. What are you looking for?
Anyone of noteworthy either appearance or seemingly has any strong-looking magic items or
Okay.
adaptations. I am also casting woodland creature or conjure woodland beings, and I'm getting 8 pixies.
Okay. As you start to kind of look about, you find a very old-looking drow that seems to be at the front gate. His helmet kind of slightly decorated differently. You do realize his entire plate is finely decorated. As you look it over, you realize it is more magical than the other guards around the area and their bodies. However, it still is a giant, about foot wide hole in the stomach where something completely went through it. And through the creature within. But the armor itself is definitely salvageable as far as magic items go. In reference, out of character, you don't know this, but it would be complete to basically a +4 plate, is what you're looking at.
Alright.
And as you head into the castle with your woodland pixies, they all start going about and they find a collection of other knights that seem to have been standing at their guard. They find a couple of nobles, some crowns, some royal clothing, different little magical doodads all thrown about. All of these nobles seeming to have been killed in either laying in their beds, sitting at breakfast. What looks to be, even as you find yourselves going into fighting the throne room, it looks like the king himself was literally killed on his throne, having not moved, as another giant hole in his chest, the crown kind of slightly sitting ajar on his head.
Another crown.
As you look about, there's plenty of low-end magical items. There's a royal smithy that you find attached as you look about, and a very large kitchen that is fully stocked and did have a stew cooking on it now that is burnt.
I'll turn the stove off, get the stew off of it.
Okay. You put out the fire.
I'll put it out,
Okay.
Don't want to burn down the kitchen now.
Are you looking for anything else that's specific, or just kind of checking out the place?
Well, considering the last noble castle I was in had a vault, I'll start looking for maybe a secret entrance that would lead to one.
Okay, give me an investigation check with advantage, because you're pixies. And then while you do that, we're gonna jump over. 21. Okay. You start digging around. You find yourself down underground in a prison that catches your attention before you turn to go get the rest of the party or to head in. We will jump over to Sieko. Sieko, as you kind of leave the party, as they're still talking to the Hill Dwarf Cleric, where are you heading inside?
I'm walking through just the castle room by room. I'm looking for any magic item that's catchy enough to go into the vault, or I want to find the crown of the king for my collection. That kind of.
Alright, yeah, as you start walking about, you see Ezequest kind of going room to room, kind of darting in through the halls, looking through everything. Little pixies flying about. You eventually find yourself in the throne room where you find the Drow crown, what looks to be a full giant gold or purple crown, metalled crown with spider-like designs, kind of all throughout of dark gems. Each of them seeming to have little lights that seem to flicker in the gems every few seconds at different narrations. But otherwise, the magic items around, you find one set of +4 plate at the front gate. After looking at it, but beyond that, most of the rest of it is all just stuff that is considered around rare to very rare.
I'll just stuff the random very rares into the vault. Why not?
Alright.
Same with the +4 armor, and the crown I'll put on a little pedestal next to the Dragonborn crown that's still in my vault.
Okay, as you go, kind of open up the vault and walk in, you hear the robot or the Warforged appear for a moment, and he kind of looks over at you with a smile and goes, "Good thing you didn't put that on, boss. I tell you right now, that thing is great and it's going to sell well when we go to put it up for auction, but that is so cursed it'll cause your madness immediately and cause you go into a deranged attack until you go down. Only people who can wear it have to be of the bloodline."
I figured the last crown I got in here was also cursed. I just treat them all like they're cursed at this point.
Well, that Dragonborn one's got a screaming fella in there that keeps telling me his name's Toutler and then calls himself Amno and then keeps arguing with himself on who he is.
Are there two people in there arguing, or are you sure it's actually just one?
I think. Listen, I am a Warforged, and I can't attune to it, but you can hear the screaming of one voice, and it's from two different perspectives, so I'm not sure.
Fair enough.
But as you kind of turn and close up the vault, heading back out, the party outside, having watched off the adventures, head out. Daka, Bastion, and Tiktrick, is there anything you would like to do?
I want to find a tavern.
Okay. All right. Give me an investigation check.
12.
All right. As you start heading in, you see the pub called the Fiery Queen, where on the front you see a depiction of this male drow in what looks to be very obvious drag, with fire going on all around him while wearing bright red and orange as a dress. But as you head in, you see it's full of bodies kind of laid about, but there's tons of booze on the walls.
I remember that the blackberry booze are the best. I'm gonna grab as much of that as I can. Put that in my bag of holding.
All right, Daka starts looting bottles. You find 8 bottles of blackberry wine and 14 bottles of blackberry poison.
So 8 bottles of wine and how many bottles of poison?
14.
14.
All right. As Daka heads into the town looking for a bar or a tavern, Bastion, what about you?
I think I would go scour the barracks area to see if there's anything of note.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
All right. Don't think I'm very good at those. 12.
12. All right. As you kind of head further in, looking about, you start to notice the barracks themselves. Most of the weapons and armor seem to have been taken away, and seem to be on the guards that tried to defend for a moment. Finding a couple that had died in their sleep and be laying on the barracks. You take a minute, and then you see this you notice at the corner of your eye this young little like white hair, little tuft of white hair drow boy, who seems to be hiding behind a barrel as he looks up at you, and as his eyes kind of lock towards you, he kind of smiles for a second, thinking you're a drow, not realizing the truth, and goes, "Oh, someone survived! There's so many monsters walking around. I thought everyone died."
What happened here?
This big dragon, this red, flashy, bloody thing, started poking people, and he starts to cry, like tears start kind of welling up in his eyes. He couldn't be more older than 5 years old. As he continues to try and speak, starting to blubber slightly, and then there was this. They spiked the people, and then their fluids got sucked out, and he just kept going. In a flash, I hid under a bucket that my brother shoved me down under. And he kind of looks over, and you see where there's a slightly older elven kid next to what looks to be a barrel that's been turned over, that has the top popped off. And you can see the dead kid has a big hole in its chest.
Have your family taught you anything yet?
He kind of pulls a little knife out, and he holds it out in front of him. And he goes, I can hunt.
That's a start. Well, you might want to stay with me. You're going to see some scary things, but you'll be all right.
Kind of looks up at you for a moment and goes, "Now I get nat 20, fuck you." And he just kind of nods and kind of holds out his hand to try and take yours.
I mean, I'll take it.
Alright, he starts following you.
Equest, you're not allowed to kill this one.
Also, I don't think a drow, like a base drow, has much to give you anyway.
There's plenty of dead bodies already.
Yeah, there's a lot of other dead.
I love that
drow.
Caleb immediately messaged
No,
Jasmine to be like, "Yo, dude, don't eat. You gonna eat the kid? All right." No.
Yeah, like no eating children.
Equus
Stop
is
that.
doing something entirely different.
I
We
know. You
We're-
found
Eating other dead kids.
Dude, you found a prison. I can guess what you're doing down there. Like,
Oh, I haven't gone in the prison yet.
Okay. Alrighty, Quest, we'll come back to you on that. And, okay, Bastion, as you start walking around, this kid kind of just follows you around, with a smile. You can sense a lot of magic. This kid is probably the best sorcerer option you've seen in a while. He's got a bloodline to him. You're not sure what bloodline, but you can definitely tell he's got magic, coming off of him. Yeah.
I think as we would be walking, I'd just have him tell me about himself.
Yeah, he is.
Try to keep him distracted, I suppose.
He will introduce himself as Imdal, and as he kind of points, you see a little like tattoo. He has, you recognize immediately, he has a slave tattoo marked on his forearm of a little thing of chains. And as he kind of looks up and smiles, and you kind of take into a realization, this kid was enslaved from birth. That was his style or lifestyle. And as he kind of explains that he was from one of the main cities, he tells you about how his family was kidnapped and brought here after the Drow fell due to a demon taking out the capital, and that they were enslaved upon arriving here, pretty much. But as the two of you kind of start heading into the city, the kid kind of goes quiet as he starts to see the rest of your party as you start to kind of go towards them. But for a moment, Tiktrick, what would you like to do standing at this dock?
I will go and, after the history lesson, look for the Royal Forge, since they're apparently very good and shit. So
Okay.
look and see if there's any materials there, and also if there's anyone like about to die still.
Okay.
Is it not dead, but
Yeah, give me
near
an investigation check to figure out where a Royal Forge would be, because you have no
Yeah.
context.
35.
35. Yeah, as you start to kind of head out, looking about, you see the castle, and then you see some smoke coming from the distance, and then see off to the side there's a large open forge, where it looks like there's metal still even laying out on an anvil, slightly hot. As you start running over there, catching up, for a moment you catch out of the side glance of your eye as you look through a window that you pass by, or like an arrow slit. You see Quest in there, pulling parts of bodies in the royal chambers apart, bringing them about. And arranging them in like a semicircle, like a macabre circle around them as they continue
The
bringing
hell?
more body. But as you take a moment to look at this and then kind of realizing, no, Forge, you turn and keep going, ignoring the
That's fine.
situation.
I would have ignored it anyway.
Yeah, you walk over and you see the Royal Forge is fully set up. There is, you recognize magical runes set up in the form of, what are they called? Brands to basically brand them straight into the metal without issue, and it looks like they have injectors to just pour lyrium potions straight into the brand, so it basically brands the magic into it. You look around the forge, the metal itself is actually of poorer quality than the stuff that you've worked with in the past. As you look about from just an easy glance, you'll have
Shit,
to.
they lied.
Yeah, but as you look about, or as you continue, you find the central forge itself. The what you realize is a lava fountain. Lava, because it's what looks to be a lava fountain where you can see has magic cast all around the edge of this like giant well. And noticing that one of the blades that had been tossed in there earlier, that's still somewhat flaming hot, it has a lot more magical power coming off of it than the one that was being hammered on the anvil.
What kind of magical power? What does
You
it
just
do?
noticed it's just got straw rate mana to attach to it. It doesn't seem to be focused on anything yet, as you don't see any runes. It just seems to be infused.
Do I know infused by what?
Uh,
To be that powerful?
Give me a smithing check.
Okay. Da-da-da-da. That'll be a 20.
20. As you look at the lava itself, you start to notice the runes plus the heat. It looks like this is drawing magic up in a druidic fashion. Whoever was the forge master apparently was a druid who could work with metal.
Oh. Weird
And they
druid.
used the lava to enhance or to infuse more magic into the metal itself that they were working on to make it higher quality. Even though, as you look at the blades, they're with the smithing check you got, you look at the blades and they're pretty poor quality for craftsmanship compared to what you can do or what most average smiths can do.
Is the lava different than normal lava, or is it just normal lava?
As you look it up and down, you do notice strange little bits of blue and red crystal that seem to be floating in it that you recognize as lyrium. Your guesstimation is that this lava comes from a lyrium mine.
Sounds good. This will help me in the future.
All right. As you start kind of looking about it, the rest of the party starts to kind of come up with being Bastion and Daka finishing up their little tasks about as the both of them kind of come up to the front of the castle, seeing Sieko kind of walking about. Sieko walking down one of the hallways. As you come back around to grab or to look and find Equest Sieko, you see this macabre scene of like the entire chest cavities of each of the royals having their pieces torn or their like chest torn out and torn open. Little different pieces of their guts missing, but they all seem to be sitting all in a circle with like legs crossed, like listening as Equest kind of decorates them and moves their bodies around. The rest of the party, I assume, coming together and meeting in the throne room seeing this, as Sieko just kind of stares at this.
Mm-hmm.
There's kind of like a weird fascination, because like he's like, I would never do this, but I'm too disgustingly intrigued to look away at what Equest is doing.
Look, man, I can make a meat golem of Goji. Nothing's beyond me at this point.
Once I
I
am done,
miss Goji.
once I'm done, I'm gonna look to the party and kind of just put my hands out to the left as if presenting an art piece. Royal decree.
There's a kid.
The kid looks in shock and horror as he's seeing these people.
Do kids not view these sort of things?
Not normally.
No.
Oh.
No.
Kid, are you okay?
He just seems to be staring at it blankly at this point.
I wave my hand in front of his face.
You get no reaction.
He's probably okay.
Equest, I think you need to clean yourself.
Oh,
Get rid of it.
I look at my hands covered in blood, and I just walk into the kitchen. I'm gonna find a sink to wash my hands and mouth.
You find a basin full of water that's already like slightly bloodied. As you can see, like what looks to be lunch was being prepared as a chicken's head's been cut off right next to it.
Well, that was just rude.
Oh, shut the. What do you mean?
The kid just looks up at you, Bastion, for a moment. Imdal just looks up at you and goes, "Is this what you meant?"
Only the half of it, unfortunately.
There's half of people here, yes. Several of
Shut
them.
up.
I imagine talking in Elvish, by the way.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Fuck. I don't know Elvish.
He kind of looks at the rest of the party and goes, "I don't like them."
Well, most people don't really like
Me
us.
either sometimes.
I look at the kid, I look around, I'm just like, fair.
The kid looks confused up at you for a moment.
Alright, Tech Trick, let's get this cleaned up.
What?
But
What do you mean?
they will keep you safe.
What are we
along
cleaning
with
up?
me.
The kid
The
kind of
body?
switches to common and goes, "You know, if you're gonna send a signal, it's better to put heads on spikes than to put the bodies in a macabre scene circling."
Oh,
That's
Checo,
what-
show
that's
them
what
your
I
stick.
That's what I did to the last royal we killed.
For the record, he told me that the dragon did indeed do this.
Oh,
Yeah,
Thanks, kid.
With the horned woman riding him.
I have no idea who a horned woman is.
I have a feeling I do.
I've seen
But
her
also-
before. There was a ship that passed by near here with her topless. As he just kind of like stares at still like in shock as he stares at the macabre bodies, not even making a break as he says this.
Oh, I remember that ship.
The
Oh,
fame
man,
of the Raleigh ship will spread.
I'm very familiar with that artist. It was an old friend of mine.
He just kind of stares at the bodies continuously.
Anyways, I feel like this macabre almost is like a claimant of what we've done here, and we didn't do
well,
nothing.
we didn't do anything, yeah.
Exactly, so we'll throw it back
The kid kind
around.
of speaks up in common again and goes, "Are you the monstrous five?"
We
What do you
are.
think, kid?
Yeah.
He continuously staring at this, still straight face, still in shock, and he goes, "The dragon was yelling your name and blamed you for this, so anybody who did survive would have heard that it's your fault."
Well, that's just rude of them.
I mean, the whole world hates us anyway. That doesn't change anything.
Well, to be fair, the dragon can say whatever we want, but we'll take responsibility for the things that we've done, for sure. Like, the High Elf capital, yeah, that was us.
Definitely us.
Mountain elves, yeah.
Yep, that was us.
Now that the kid is in casual conversation with us, I'm just
still
gonna
shock.
go. Just down the line, the Susieko, Daka, Tick Trick, Ekis, right? That's
The weird
who
one
you
was
are right now.
Equus.
Equus.
Equest.
Yes, a quest. Hello.
Kid looks up at Equus and goes, "You look like you're gonna try and eat me."
No,
I-
I have no reason.
Just don't lose
Oh,
any
yo,
fingers,
now
and
you
I just
don't
glare
have
down
no
at him.
reason.
Oh, DM, everyone's standing away from all the corpses, right?
Yes.
No one's like near it. I'm gonna use Firebolt mixed with my Red Dragon Mask ability. If I deal fire damage to any creature or flammable object, it will immediately start burning. I'm gonna burn the bodies.
Okay. As you start burning the bodies in the enclosed space, the smoke starts to build up, making it harder to breathe. But
Yeah,
the
I'm gonna
bodies start to
get the-
burn.
Get out of the room.
Yeah, we're leaving right after. I just wanted to fucking burn.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did it
Uh,
happen to get any medals in the
there was a
forge?
prison.
Yeah, even though they're poor.
Yeah, you would have gained 5 bars of iron. Poor quality, if you want to add that. As
Yeah,
Yeah,
Quest
fully
mentions-
sucked out, only 5 bars.
Yeah. Well, that was in bar form. Other than the swords that were being forged, the metal of them being worked out. Realize it's a royal forge. They don't make weapons for the commoners. This is an everyday
Yeah.
thing. You're working.
Why would they have
with
iron?
well, as I mentioned, the guy was using poor quality metal. Take a
He's
question.
using
iron? Damn,
Think
okay.
about. I mean, look at where you're at and take a minute to think about that. Why would an island nation have poor quality metals?
Just iron? That's
Think
my
Japan.
problem.
That's the question.
Think Japan like.
They don't have imports when half their fucking country got wiped out by a fucking giant fiend on a tantrum.
They also don't have imports when they're a slaving nation that nobody likes.
Yeah, the only other trade partners are the hill dwarves, and they don't like them very much. So there's not much metal here as you're kind of looking about.
Yeah, so it's kind of like pig iron.
I will say, you
work
do realize
for
the walls
Japanese.
are made of high quality metals. If you wanted to somehow try to start tearing off giant chunks of it, but otherwise, yeah, no. You definitely can tell that the metal here is poor. The metal on the swords are poor quality. They are being enhanced by
Okay.
magic. But yeah. As you all, as the fire start, your quest mentions the dungeon below. You start all kind of funneling out of the castle as now the smoke is going up. In the stone castle, as the wood roof starts to collapse in on itself. What was left of the wood roof?
Well, where's Tikva capital?
Are we sure we
The
want to go
Tiefling
over
lands?
to the Tiefling
Tiefling
lands right now?
Are you guys gonna?
I want to say, if Tick was alive, she's not in a spot we can get to. My sending didn't work at all. So she's probably not even in her capital if she's alive.
Yeah, the book told me
Unless she
is
like
indeed alive.
counterspelled your sending.
That's not... She'd have to be really close to me to counterspell my sending.
Or what if they're like in an anti-magic field?
Possibly.
Hmm.
Guess.
Well, if we burn what they like, then maybe they'll come out.
But if they're already blocking out my sending, doesn't that mean they're waiting for us and ready for us?
The last time was ready for us.
Well, first off, I think we need to find a little bit more information on what these blood dragons are.
That's
Also
true.
We have a scary monster hunting us.
With the way they're doing this, that fuck the person who cut off the balls,
Mizna?
that historian Mizna, they talked about like a lot of blood related stuff. Maybe they have information on that. Merchant lady told us about a place where their good books are.
They also said if we go that they would hate us and try to kill us.
That's another one to the list.
You know,
We're
that's
kinda...
like my one place left to buy items from.
No, the merchant wouldn't hate us.
As you all are kind of conversing, staring at the docks or kind of staring at the castle burning, you see as Equest kind of lean down, having a casual conversation with the kid. The kid starts crying again.
God damn it, Equest!
I will step between the two of them.
Stop interacting with children.
You're not child friendly.
Yeah, this is how you be child friendly.
No, not you.
As you see for a
I
moment,
walk over to the kid.
As Bastion kind of steps in front for a moment, you see as Equest just kind of rubs the tear away from the kid's face for a moment, and then as Bastion steps in between, and you hear Quest's comment saying, "This is your new family."
Damn.
That's horrifying.
Here, kid, let's play rock paper scissors. I heard kids like those games. Maybe it'll cheer you up.
He pulls out 2 knives from his little side pocket.
Well, there's your scissors. Here, I'll get you. I'll find a rock.
He smiles and looks at Gosling looking for a rock. You see, he starts to get more smiling about that after Equest mentions new family and seems to go about helping with shit.
See, that's how you do it. I learned that in the book.
This kid, if they live, is going to become like the world's greatest murderer. I promise.
And there's a sorcerer.
Also,
Already
wait.
a powerful one at 5 years old, apparently.
Siako, didn't your mom said something about that Nick guy who was in the city?
Yeah.
I don't know if we will find them now.
Well, they weren't in this city, so.
No. The one we blew up.
Yeah, he's dead or gone.
Oh.
Well, maybe
Oh, well.
you should ask your mom if he is dead. Maybe she
Think about
knows.
In the
confirm.
background, the rest of the roof caves in. One of the towers falls over.
Well, that's very dramatical timing, don't you think?
I'll ask. It's fine.
Does anybody have any paper, by the way? I need to play rock paper scissors with the kid.
You see the kid kind of smiles and goes, "Oh, I know how to make paper." And he turns and you watch as he grabs his little dagger and you see casts some sort of spell on it, making it ignite, and tosses it at a bird.
What the hell?
Hitting the bird, you watch as he manages to... let me roll the damage for it. Plus the... Okay. You watch as the bird gets pinned against the wall, immediately cooks from the dagger, and then you watch as the skin flays itself off and turns into paper.
Huh.
That's pretty nifty, kid.
And he turns back and smiles.
All right, are you ready to play rock paper scissors?
He kind of grabs the paper and holds it up to you, and then hands you a rock.
All right.
As those two start playing, sitting there playing a game, the rest of you.
I'll have you know I have advantage because I have read the rulebook.
All right, give me a d20 with advantage. Let's see if you win. Man's really.
Would I be considered
Huh? Yeah,
proficient with
yeah.
with? Okay.
Sure.
Hold on. That is a 15.
You beat him. He rolled a 1.
Fuck yeah. Get crushed, kid.
As the rest of you continue thinking about where you want to go next.
Yeah, I was about to say, where are we gonna go next? Yeah, I should
We could,
be honest.
we could go back to the old days, do some monster hunting. It's an option. We could go intercede with the Toth War.
We need to. I do agree. We need to research how to kill that blood dragon.
The kid looks up and goes, "Oh, by the way, that dragon, he did keep saying he was gonna keep killing people until you did something. So I don't know if that means he knows. He went down underground. The dungeon underneath here leads underground deep into a dark area. The prince that lived here supposedly went down there, tried to go down there and go to Oventium, is what I heard.
Okay.
The dragon's going to Oventium?
Good for him.
Huh. Well, actually, I know a lot of it. If he goes in there for long, he won't be able to come out. Huh. We might not see him again.
Should we taunt him to go to the Oventium?
No,
Probably not. But I could message Dad to deal with it.
The kid looks up and goes, "You could go down into the tunnels and see where they go."
I don't think we're strong enough to fight him yet, so I don't think so.
I remember one of the princes took my sister down there, and then she came back, and then 9 months later I had a cousin.
Oh.
Or a nephew.
I see.
I think,
They cut her neck afterwards when they found out, unfortunately, though.
Yeah.
The kid continues as he looks on.
I don't really know politics that well, but okay.
Yeah, I think I want to kill the Toth.
The Toth?
Yeah. I'm done. I am going to give the kid an item that I don't use, I've had for a long time. I'm going to give him an Iron Stone of Protection to maybe keep him a little bit safer.
He kind of takes it and looks at it and goes, "Oh, it's a rock," and he kind of pulls out a little necklace out of his pocket and kind of like sticks it into the capsule and puts it on.
It's a very magical rock, but yes.
He goes,
Don't worry.
"Will this help with the magical outbursts?"
Oh, he is... DM, you did not make him a wild magic sorcerer. You did not. You did...
Wild magic, you say?
Motherfucker.
Teach him the way, Daka.
Oh, I know a thing or two about wild magic.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you do look on. He's pretty skinny as you look him up and down in quest, even for caster.
All right, we're gonna get the kid fed while we travel.
To the WAGH!
As you all board the WAGH, the ship starts to move, or you all start to climb on, and it starts to climb, and suddenly, as if out of nowhere, this creature comes slamming straight up from the ground into the WAGH, causing it to go flying and spinning in different directions.
Wahoo!
One moment.
Yep, nice sirens you got there, bud.
That's for us right now.
The
That's
ambulance
for
is
us.
coming for the dragon.
Oh, you're about to wish. The dragon is going to attack y'all while you're on the ship over the water. The kid is going to scream bloody murder, and we are about to go into combat. Give me a minute while I edit this, hopefully.
This is the worst possible place we could fight this dragon.
Over the water.
This could not be worse.
We could teleport out, but once again, Daka is left.
Cheers, mate.
Dude, we can't keep leaving Taka behind.
Bro, I can't do anything about his cloak.
It's so fun. Daka's greatest defense keeps almost killing him.
Ah, the joy.
Well, he can try to teleport himself. He's done it before.
I have opened warp areas in the warp.
You have.
The warp
All
areas.
right. Everyone, go ahead and roll me. Actually, roll me initiative. Yeah.
Hua.
Oh, Lord, that's
21.
bad. Okay.
I rolled 2 11s for a 15.
24.
All right, 24 for Bastion. Y'all lost to the poor dragon as you're now on the ship, seeing the ocean beneath you. The dock is about 40 feet behind you.
27.
Oh,
For
20, yeah.
Equest.
Oh, Equest did beat the fucking... Oh, wow. I didn't notice that. God damn, Equest, calm down.
Yeah, quit. Fuck him up.
That's ridiculous.
They got a plus 10, bro. Or sorry, plus
Oh,
11. My bad.
He said no. What are you saying no to?
Alright.
Oh, he's scared.
He's scared, my brother.
As you are up, Equest, charging forth as you are on this tiny meteor. I say tiny, it's 25 feet by 25 feet. This isn't exactly a small rock. Inside of it,
Big rock.
the blood dragon biting at you guys from the the side entrance of it as it's enveloping and causing it to spin. So your movement is at disadvantage unless you have the fucking terrain thing. There's a term for it. Rough terrain. There we go.
Difficult terrain.
Difficult terrain, thank you. So,
I only have that for magical plants.
oh, well, unfortunately, this is a magical rock.
Dang it. This close.
It is, but different materials.
Well, I mean, I can see. Can I see any part of the body where I'm standing currently?
Yeah, the head is snapping in. You see this, like, red, fluid-like skin that seems to be moving about. There's a glowing orb that seems to move through the body on a constant.
I'll aim at the dragon with my bow,
Okay.
and I'm going to shoot it.
Alright, let's see what you got.
I can add an extra D8 for if I hit.
For reference of what usually a blood dragon will look like.
Out of 25.
25 does not hit.
Damn.
It's tough, bro.
Instead,
As-
I get to roll again and make it hit.
Oh damn! If a 25 can't hit, then I can't hit it at all. That's
How about a
fun.
34?
34 hits.
Oh, I can
All
hit it.
right.
Never mind.
That's 16.
16 points of piercing.
Yeah.
You watch as your arrow bolt goes right through it and into the water down below.
It is liquid.
Well, as for my second action, I'm going to use my breath weapon.
Okay, you're gonna breathe on it. Let's see what you got.
And can you hit
Give it your
the-
nasty breath.
All right. So
It's 25 feet in front of you.
now, to make sure this is clear, or I'm clear on this,
Yes.
I get 3.
If that's what the thing says.
That is what my race says.
Cool. Then there you go. That answers your question.
Your level 15 triple breath. You got 3 shots.
All right. So I'm gonna go for 1 lightning,
Okay.
and then the second one I'm gonna combine cold and acid.
Okay. All right. So that will work. 23 to hit on the first one, or on the breath weapon. Yep. That does not hit. As the creature dodges away. Go ahead and roll for your second one for your cold and acid.
That's an
Even lower.
That also does not hit. You watch as they shoot off, and as the dragon's kind of mucus-like exterior kind of slightly gelacitates and moves out of the way, swerving as its whole body tries to just get away from your attacks. Breath flying off in the distance.
bonus action I'll cast. I know I should always do this beforehand. I forget. Hunter's Mark.
Okay, you Hunter's Mark it. It's not a save on its end, I believe?
No, it just
Yeah, it
Just
just
is.
Okay, cool.
But I do want to ask. I
Yes.
still have the I still have the pixies.
Yes.
Okay,
So
I'm
they
gonna
go
need-
on your turn.
Okay, I need that dragon to make 8 wisdom saving throws.
All right.
Polymorph.
Okay, perfect. I got this. You said 8?
Yes.
Okay.
That's a lot.
So my lowest roll was a 20.
Hmm.
Very wise.
He passes.
As the pixies start shooting off little like lights at the dragon's head, it seems to be unbothered completely. All right. Anything else for you, Equest?
No, that's it.
As you finish up the watching as these arrows don't seem to do anything, the pixies don't seem to manage to bother the dragon. The dragon is up, and it is going to make an intelligence check. Okay. And it is going to immediately start biting at Daka.
Oh.
I didn't do nothing wrong.
I know, but unfortunately for you, Daka, it realizes you're flying this thing. I need a con saving throw, Daka.
Man. 29.
Cool. Does a 29 hit you?
29 does hit me.
Cool, because I actually also rolled that. So we'll do perfect. You do save on the con, though, thankfully, so you don't get the secondary effect of this creature. Which means you are immune to its effect for the rest of the fight. Unfortunately,
Yay!
I can't suck your
Yippee.
blood.
No sucking for you, sir.
Be afraid, I'm coming. I've got a different plan for that, but that's still 4d10 worth of bite damage.
Is it not magic?
His fangs are considered magical.
Alright.
That is 18 points of magical piercing, plus another... let's see, another 11 necrotic damage as this
I'm
creature...
immune to necrotic.
Oh, okay. As this creature tries to bite into you, feel as the teeth try to pierce through your clothing, but seem to not be capable of tearing away at it. It's as if the fangs themselves start to pulsate and reverberate around you as you pull, or as it pulls away. For its
Just as a
first
question,
attack.
is the bloodied orb reacting to this thing at all?
Nope.
No, not at all.
Nope. Good try though.
I want something to come from this item.
I'll give you a hint. I've already given you the way that this item awakens, and you didn't like it. Oh no. Okay. Oh fuck you. Well, it rolls a natural 1 and a nat 20 to attack Daka again, so that cancels itself out because I assume a 16 doesn't hit Daka.
No, sir.
All right. For its last bite, that's a 27 to hit.
27 hits. I only have a 21 armor class. I don't have as much armor as the rest of my party mates.
That's an unfortunate thing for you, as this dragon really likes the taste of you. That's another 4d10 of magical piercing. Come on, big numbers. 18 points of piercing as it bites down on you.
Nice.
I'm not going to roll necrotic.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that.
And that ends its turn. It's going to bonus action recharge its ability. Okay, cool. We're good. All right, it ends its turn as you watch as it continuously tries to bite at Daka and trying to pierce through his clothing. You watch as the teeth seem to have a mind of their own, almost like trying to clamp in and puncture into Daka himself with no avail. Bastion, you are up.
All right.
This dragon is 25 feet in front of you currently in a small
Okay.
room.
And where is the closest wall to me?
Right behind you, which is right at your back.
Okay. So first thing I'm going to do, because I'm trying to think rationally here, I'm going to use gate to open a gate to my main room of my Abyss Kingdom thing.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm going
your
to-
throne room.
I'm going to look down at the kid and go, "Don't touch anything. Trust me, you're safer here for now," and just push him through the gate.
He's going to resist, so I'll need a strength check versus his athletics.
Okay, just straight strength.
Yep. Oh no.
That is a 22.
Alright, as you slightly shove him in, you feel the faintest of resistance, but realizing this is a 5-year-old child who's a magic caster, there's not much there as you kind of just scoot him along. But he goes in through the gate and the gate closes.
Okay. And then I'm going to turn and I'll walk up next to Daka.
Okay. Kind of scooching over everyone.
Oh, I'm sorry, Bastion. I don't have another set of my friend's underwear. I can't get it out of this one.
No, that's okay. Let's.
Doc with a couple like little marks, scratches, and bruises all over his body already.
I have an idea, but I don't know if it's gonna do it. Well, you already said Bastion didn't know anything about these dragons, right?
Correct.
Okay. I'll hold on to that thought then. I will just try to crack my whip at it.
Alright. Let's take a swing.
That's a 29.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, cool. That is...
The AC is lowering, gentlemen.
That's 12 magical slashing.
Okay. The creature, you watch as the whip goes through it, and you slash onto it. You expect some tear, some rip, and nothing happens.
No. That was what I was worried.
It's the Sunday Fed all over again. Normal weapons don't work.
I've learned how to give my parties a challenge now.
Just remove
Well,
damage.
that's an attack, an action, and a movement, so that
Yep.
would be my turn.
How to give your party challenge. Make it so that you cannot damage the enemy. Boom, challenge.
And prepare an insanely terrifying creature to smack the shit out of them. Tictric, you're up.
Okay. Oh, 25 feet away, right?
Yep.
Yeah, correct. 25 feet in front of you with your back to a wall.
So there's an orb moving around within it, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's
Feel like-
try this first, I guess.
I feel like I might know where this is going.
Yeah.
You're not
I'll-
pulling 2 game-breaking plans out of your ass today, Grumpy. Don't you fucking
Are you
try
sure?
me. Yes.
You want me to? I'll do it.
Try me. I've got plans
Alright.
for everything.
Suck the
Okay.
magic out of it, Grumpy.
No, I'm gonna do something else because the DM has tempted me.
Okay.
I would like to give me a second. I gotta find it. Fuck! I just had it. Where is it?
DM knew your plan and then removed it from your character sheet.
Totally. Because my
Yeah.
internet, my D&D
There it is.
Beyond's moving fast enough to get there.
I'm going to pull out my little note card that Azrael gave me,
Oh,
Uh-huh.
which he gave me for freeing him from me and Chasten doing the pumpkin.
Yeah.
and we get one
One
win.
free reward from a above level 20 character,
Uh-huh.
which is Azrael. I would like to use that for him to help aid us in killing this dragon. You wanted it. There it is.
Okay. Alright. You watch as the card burns up, and then the smoke seems to trail off at top speeds.
All right, we have to wait till the summons gets there.
Sounds good. That's one action down.
Mm-hmm.
I'll dash up next to the dragon, and I'm going to point the gun at the orb and suck it out.
Okay. Go ahead.
I'll give it a try. See how it goes.
This will be an attack. I would say this would be the same as like a dex, I guess. Cause you're making an attack against its AC, because it's gonna try, or it's gonna move its orb. Let me think. Because I don't think you
Does
have
our
that
true
down.
sight show us anything different, by the way? I guess
Well,
I
that's
should have
true.
asked before.
No, the creature looks as it is from what you can
Okay.
tell.
Would be some sort of like sleight of hand thing.
Yeah, I gull say sleight of hand versus its perception. That's gonna roll
Okay.
for it to see what it does. I think it's fair.
All right. Let's say 31.
31. That's a 34. That's
Okay.
a nat 20. Don't do that. Please don't do that again.
Well, that was one attack.
Yes.
I have 2.
Come on. Don't
So
do
let's
this.
go again.
No.
That's an natural 20 for a 35.
Fuck, I can't do it. I don't think I can't beat that actually. And I rolled a 13. Alright.
It is empty.
Get
currently.
him! Get him!
You suck away one of its spell slots. You watch as your machine fills up slightly. You get a 9th level spell slot off of it.
Oh dear God.
Okay.
That's a high caster. Why am I
Gentlemen, that's all I
surprised?
could do.
Alright.
That's my turn.
Okay, as you watch as Tigtrick runs up, after Bastion whips at the creature, watching the mucus kind of split apart and then reform, Tigtrick following up right in front of it, getting into its near its chest and pulling out the sponge gun. You watch as he tries to suck up magic, and while magic comes out, the creature just seems unfazed as it still stares at Daka. Sieko, you are up.
I'm gonna stretch out my wings and charge.
How big are your wings? I think they'd fill up.
It doesn't say. It
All
does
right,
not
that's
say.
fair. That's fair. I'll give it to you.
That's why I'm saying if they're too big, tell me now, because I should know the size of my wings, but I don't.
I mean that's fine. I'll say it's fine for right now. We'll use it the same
Okay.
as Dragonkin wings, so it'd be the same equivalent to your
Yeah, because
your height.
for flavor, I'm just sprinting at the fucking dragon.
Yeah. Okay. You want to charge at the dragon? What are you trying to do?
I'm gonna start swinging.
Okay.
I want to beat its ass.
Let's see what you got.
All right. Come on, first beholder. Do me a solid here. That's a 34 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. Want me to bother with the bludgeoning?
No. I mean, you can roll it if you want.
I'll roll it just because. Just
Yeah, I'm not gonna
And
tell
then-
you not to roll.
that would have been max bludgeoning damage. That would have been funny. Let's see if this does something. The force
Bludgeoning
damage.
damage hurt it.
You said force damage.
Yeah, force is after bludgeoning.
You watch as the mace with its impact, the force around it, kind of from the swing, the crack of the thunder as the sound barrier is broken. The force impacts into the dragon and does nothing.
Okay, hands of a right will be fire, so we'll try that next.
Okay.
That just hits because I already hit. So that's 40 fire.
You watch as the burning does hit and the dragon does screech out.
Oh, perfect. Also, because of my mask, the entire creature is now on fire.
Okay.
Because it does say any creature
Okay.
on the ability, which I believe I have to check when it's when the burning happens. Red mask. Okay, at the start of every turn, it'll take 1d6 fire damage until it takes an action to extinguish itself.
Okay. Good to know.
And I'll keep swinging. Oh, that's not nearly as good. That's a 21.
That does not hit, sadly.
And you know what? Since the first build does nothing, I'm going to swing my higher to hit weapon. I'm going to action.
It will take an action to switch out weapons, so keep that in mind.
Okay. I'll draw my weapon then in my turn.
Okay. Which weapon are you drawing, just out of curiosity?
The great sword of fiery life stealing.
Oh, good.
It's made its return.
I pull a much see my suit. I pull a sword that's like 5 times the size of my current weapon. I'm like, all right,
Oh,
let's do
God. All right. No. To answer your question, Caleb. Okay. At the end of your turn, it's going to use.
it will.
What?
Bonus action. I will shield of faith.
Okay. At the end of your turn, it's going to use its legendary action, and it's going to go ahead and make a tail attack against Daka again, smacking him up against the wall as hard as it can. Just to be that asshole.
He wants to kill the driver.
That's a nat 20. That's a 2.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, also,
I'm also crit immune.
Yeah, you
so-
are.
Oh.
So it's fine. But, double the dice, double the damage. Let's see. You're still taking the
Even
damage.
if I'm
on.
crit immune, I get double damage.
Oh, let me look. Let me read.
No, you don't.
That's the whole point of crit armor in base D&D.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
crit doesn't count as kill in base.
It counts-
So yeah, you'll just take base. So it's 40-10. Or 48, rather. For the tail, that is a total of 24 points of magical bludgeoning damage as it slams its tail right into you. Just to be that asshole before your turn, and it is your turn.
Okay. Bonus action, rage.
Mm-hmm. You
Wild
start
magic.
foaming at the mouth. The foaming
And now it's time for a wild magic surge.
It is a wild
Man.
magic surge.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a hot second. I mean, then again, it was last session that it happened, so yeah.
It's
Not
just-
really that long.
It's just been a minute since session. All right,
Let me
we'll go
pull
on
up. Yeah, I'm pulling up the sheet.
Yeah, we'll go on the 3.5 table. So go ahead and roll a d100, and then you get to pick your thing.
All right, so let's see what table we get. Oh, my mouse accidentally clicked it twice. I'll just go based off. So 75 is the table. 21 is going to be option 1.
Caster and target. Okay. 21. Both target and caster are hit by the same effect from the table.
Or 19.
That's the same thing. So, all right.
I believe when you get the same effect,
wait.
you get to choose
You
on the
said-
table at all.
You said what was the first word? Is 21?
Yeah, 21.
Oh, it's 2. So you get an option. You get both the target and caster are hit by the same effect from table B1 or table C1. So do you want to roll a D100 on C1 or B1?
Let
Which
me see.
are, in this situation, that is...
Let's go document. What letter?
That is
what
caster
letter-
or target. Do you want this to hit you, or do you want this to hit the target?
The target. So
All
C,
right.
right?
Yep, so roll me another D100. This time, this is your actual thing.
Yep. And that is a 73.
Target gets hit by Mage's Disjunction. Hold up.
Oh, what's that?
CL20? Oh god.
Bad or good?
Oh.
Interesting is what I'll give you, Grumpy.
1 minute, hold up. Disjoined. Wait, what is that? What does that mean?
Orb and Dragon Disjoin?
It's a
All magical effects and magic items within the radius of the spell, except for those that you carry or touch, are disjoined.
Fuck you, Daka.
All its magic items are. It loses all attunements.
so it's orb that's keeping it together.
Perhaps.
This is the second thing Daka instant killed.
You watch as the creature implodes out at all of you. You feel as a moment like the magic sucking into it, and then the orb expanding out and pushing away as it pushes far off, seeing it in the distance. Bastion, give me a Arcana check real quick, because you're the
I
only
just got
one.
angry at a dragon, it died.
No, give me a minute.
19.
19. Because of your unique background, you realize as you see the orb fly off, that's a phylactery.
Fuck.
Oh, can I
And-
grab it?
Hunter marker it.
It's flying off in the distance. I will say, Equest's Hunter's Mark is on the orb.
Oh, it's still on it? Yes,
Yeah.
good.
It's
Also-
just plumbing towards the water.
If
No, so the orb is flying off on its own, like at the same level you are currently. The body is exploding out towards all of you. Before
How
anyone,
fast is it flying away?
The orb is flying at 100 feet per.
This ship is
per
can go
second.
300 feet a second.
Before we
We'll be
get
fine.
to that, before we get to you, I hear you, Sieko. Don't worry, I'm gonna give you your minute. I need everyone to give me a con save for the dragon exploding.
Is this for like necrotic damage?
This is pure raw magic for what you guys did.
And this has nothing to
27.
do.
27.
This has nothing to do with
See?
the me being immune from it earlier, right?
No. Wait,
Okay.
you were immune. Yeah, you were immune.
'Cause you
earlier, so-
saved.
Yeah, because you
Okay.
saved. Yeah, you have to do
Yeah.
the save.
19 with Sieko's bonus.
Quest, Sieko's good. Tictrix
Oh,
barely
with Sieko's
fine.
bonus, then I'm
+5.
at
With Sieko's bonus, 26.
So 32.
Damn. The only person who just barely passed is Tiktrick. As you all manage to just move slightly out of the way, you watch as the fleshy bits hit the wall and melt through the wall itself, creating new, like, weird, macabre windows of, like,
Very cool.
strange thing. As the body explodes out, the ship starts to lose some of its magical power, and you start to feel it slowly starts to descend and then come back up again. Doc, are you chasing the orb?
Yes, as the item states, this ship can go 300 feet.
Alright, Sieko, what did you want to say?
I was gonna say I can outspeed the orb by just flying really fast.
We'll be fine in the ship, yeah.
Yeah, we can run
that fucking phylactery.
Alright,
we'll run the ship when we get close. I can shoot out to grab it when we get close enough.
Alright, so okay, so Sieko's gonna go for it. Okay, Sieko, give me alright, you're gonna shoot out. Give me a dex. Let's do
I will skill empower you to whatever needed
let's
action is.
Let's do a dex check versus,
Which you have advantage for.
It's dex check for the phylactery, which is much higher.
I'll also bolster him.
How?
Bolstering magic.
Oh,
An ability he's never used before.
I've never used it before. It's about
Okay.
time. Whenever making an attack roll or an ability check, he can add a D3 to it.
There you go.
There you go.
Okay, and grab
Advantage in D3.
Advantage in D3? Okay. I only have a +1 to Dex. 17. I'll tell Google to roll a D3 because it's an awkward number. Here we go.
What'd you get?
It's a 2. It's a 19 altogether.
So it rolled a 28.
Christ.
It's gone
Nice.
out of your hand, immediately dodging out of the way. But your ship's keeping up with it. You do see it's trying to dip, dodge, and duck. It's going to take its action. And it's got a roll to be able to actually get the spell off, and it failed. Okay. The spell does not roll because it's a phylactery.
Should shoot it.
Here, let me suck the
Equest
magic
got
out of it
the
some more.
arrow. Got the shot.
Alright, the party as a group only gets one action. So only one of you get the act each time, then the orb gets to go. So who's
Okay.
Guys,
Uh,
gravity has worked so many times before. Let me just step off this ship at it.
I don't. It's a very small thing. I think you'll miss.
I can try and.
I'm a very
suck the magic
large
out of it some more.
thing.
Alright, who's the one? I mean, I don't care. It could be anybody.
Make a vote for it.
I vote that Equest shoots it with their bow.
Okay, so that's one for Glass.
I wouldn't do that.
I was going to say I do have a legendary action, and I was going to ask. My legendary action allows me to immediately graft a thing onto my body.
God.
Could I graft the phylactery to my body?
You have to beat the phylactery, but yeah, in the survival
I'd
check.
Yeah, I'd like to say he can easily get to it because I gave him a teleporting key.
No, he doesn't need the range doesn't need to be that far because of the fact of the
So,
ship going fast.
I mean, Caleb, if you succeed, we'll definitely get the orb in one way or another. My God.
That is an action.
okay, so we got one free quest going and grafting. We got one free quest shooting the orb.
I fear what that would do to you, though. Unfortunately,
All right, Grumpy, what's your vote?
I vote for myself to suck more magic out of it to just kill the thing.
Okay. Sieko, who are you voting with?
I'm not gonna lie. I just want to grab it to eat it. Like
Yeah,
I am
well-
going to try to eat it.
I'll let Tiktrick have his shot. I think he's more likely to succeed without negative.
Okay, so we have a split. So I'm gonna roll for that.
What split? There's a
actually-
2 for me and only 1 for Bastion right now.
No, two for you.
Equest.
Oh yeah, because Daka and Caleb both voted for Equest.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
My bad.
So it's a split between you. So Caleb, call.
They all still voted for us to do very different things.
That's fine. Caleb, call even or odd.
Let's go with odd.
All right, Equest goes gets it.
Damn it.
Okay.
So Equest, you get to either graft it or take your shot.
Okay, well, I have a higher chance to hit it with my shot with a +20.
Yeah.
So,
You gonna try and shoot it with an arrow?
but based on that legendary action, I instantly get it, but it would have to be survival. So yeah, I would hit it. I'm gonna shoot it with the bow.
Okay.
Man's got his magic arrows, got magic bow.
Yep. All right. So I'm gonna be using a Well, it's not a seeking, or I can't use a seeking arrow on it, so I'll use a +3 arrow,
Let me just
which,
check.
if I remember correctly, adds a +3 to hit and damage.
And
Yes.
damage. Oh,
So that is.
you have a +23 to hit.
I'm going to lucky that.
Roll 2.
I don't want to do. It's too. I don't want to deal with this later. So okay.
Yeah, one sec. I'm just reading something.
Okay.
Dear
this is
God.
Caleb, my guy.
What do you
This
roll?
is my
Buddy.
last lucky.
Man's
Damn.
going through all of his luckies.
For one hit. 31?
Alright.
It's a 34.
Will be 34.
That hits. Yeah, that hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
He rolled a 2, 4, 2, and then finally rolled an 11.
And that is a 20 for damage.
Oh, all right. Yeah, you watch
Well,
as
500.
the arrow goes right through the orb in the air for a moment. As all of you getting ready to do your thing, you watch as the arrow plunges right through, and the orb shatters, and you hear a scream. As you hear Rylos's voice one last time. Go.
I would like to reaction grab a soul.
You motherfucker.
Yes!
Give it here.
Let's
Mine,
get
mine,
him!
mine.
Actually, I think with the whip, it would
No,
need an
it's mine.
intelligence roll first, right?
It's mine's reaction.
Well,
Uh,
mine's based off of lethal damage causing hit points.
Mine's on
to go.
death.
You never did any hit
Mine
point
too.
damage, remember? Bastion
You did never
didn't-
hit it.
Yeah, you didn't hit him because you slashing damage.
It doesn't say I have
Oh,
to. It just says
okay.
when any target takes lethal
So,
damage.
Technically, it's true.
I
He
did
does-
say it first, though.
No, he gets because he did hit him first. He gets the intelligence first because it was higher in the order. So if it fails, it'll auto go to Tick-Trick. All right, it's gonna make an intelligence saving throw then. I want you to know it has a +15 to its modifier. So, well, that's a 15. So that's a 30.
Yeah,
so
it passes.
All right. All right, Tick-Trick.
Mine's not a save.
Yours isn't a save. What is it?
It's just
Attack
mine
or
now.
Auto. Oh,
It's
wait.
auto. It's mine.
Wait, hold up. What is it from? Let me look.
Soul Cage.
Oh,
Just the spell soul.
The spell Soul Cage. Oh, you're
Yeah.
you're gonna reaction cast it.
Yeah, that's what it on reaction.
Wait
It's
a
just
minute. Wait a minute. Is
You're
this,
mine.
Is this Is this the same thing that fucked me Oh, wait a minute.
Is this what happened to Rylos originally?
No, but I know this spell from something else. Okay. All right. Recently deceased humanoid. Lich does technically count as a humanoid in my world by rules. Okay. Well, yeah. All right. As for a moment, Bastion, you feel the pull towards your whip, but as the spirit resists it, you all watch as the little spirit of Rylos comes out of the orb, and for a moment you hear him say, "Finally, I'm at peace because I fucked your days," and then he goes, "Wait a minute. No, 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 ow!"
Hey, buddy!
Hey, buddy,
Welcome.
welcome.
As he sucked into Tick-Trick's, I think it's your armor if I remember correctly, right?
Yes.
And a new little,
armor now.
a new little blue gemstone, and you see a little soul swirling about, smacking into it. Every once in a while, Tick-Trick, you feel the armor vibrate in that area.
Where are your bones?
There's no bones on that body, as it was just
Unfortunate.
gelatinous. Yeah, I use that as the example of what they normally look like.
Daka's gonna dab up Tick-Trick. You know, that was a team effort right there.
It was. Well done, whole party.
As you do this, you hear one last thing from Rylos in your head, Tick-Trick, and it goes, "At least I sold Maznod Jr. to those damn Thrycreen for dessert."
That's fine.
As the voice cuts away as he loses his ability to talk, you all start floating in start floating there. Where are you heading next? As you kind of take a minute to contemplate.
Oh, as we were trying to for a dragon, Tothlands?
Tothlands.
We're gonna stop the Toth.
All right.
The party turns, and as they begin to contemplate what they've just dealt with, what they've just gone through, they head off in the distance.
Daka.
And then, as Bastion takes a minute to think for a second, not forgetting about the kid inside of his gate, and not forgetting to ask Rylos, as he finds out and confirms that Rylos did not kill Tikva. And that's where we will end today.
So,
That was a baller session.
yeah, how much health was that thing supposed to have?
1200.